Again, welcome you to the TRC thematic and institutional hearings on this 29th day of January 2009. We're sorry for the late start due to some technical problem. But to begin with, shall we all stand to observe a few moments of silent prayer? Please remember those who lost their lives during the crisis. Thank you very much. Remain standing. Please put your right hand and lift the other.
I,
your full name,
Mohammed Sherry,
do
solemnly swear
that my testimony
that my testimony
that I have come to give
that I have come to give
to the TRC of
to the
Liberia
TRC of Liberia
is the truth
is the truth
and nothing but the whole truth.
and nothing but the whole truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please be seated.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Good morning, Mr. Witness. On behalf of the TRC, I would like to welcome you to this process. I'm sure you were invited to come today by the TRC. Normally when we invite people, it's because during our course of investigating our mandate, maybe your name came up, or maybe you had some information you wanted to give to us, and this is the reason why you were invited to come today. It also shows, your presence here shows your commitment to wanting to see lasting peace to this country. And by agreeing to come here, it shows that you are committed to the process, and we heartily welcome that and say thank you for coming. At the table here today are a few commissioners. I will introduce them. Present here are a few of the commissioners. I would like to introduce them to you before we start the process. At my far right, we have Sheikh Afuma Kone. Next to him, we have Commissioner Pearl Bamboo. And then at my far left, we have John Stewart. Myself, I'm Tede Tolope, and I want to once again welcome you. Like I said, during the process, maybe you came and said you had some information or so that you wanted to give to the TRC, or somebody named you during the time they came to talk to us. But before me, a few things that our inquiry department presented to us. And I just want to ask you one question, because there is something here that has claimed our attention. And that thing is that your life is being threatened. Is it true that you said this to the TRC? Did you come to the inquiry department of the TRC and make such a statement?
I'm not getting it clear.
I said that
Yeah.
either you came to the TRC voluntarily to give information, or someone named you. I was saying thank you so much for all of the information and clarification you've come here today to make.
Yeah.
Especially those with the Chinese supporting ULIMO, and then all the other information and clarification you made to us. We say thank you. The commissioners will ask questions now, but I just want to ask one or two before they start.
Yeah, welcome.
And my first is, did you have a fighting name?
I doesn't have no fighting name. Everybody
You have
knows me
any?
for Sherry.
Okay. And then the second is that at one point when you were concluding, you said that those who bear the greatest responsibility
Yeah.
should be taken to justice.
Yeah.
My question is, who do you know are those who bear the greatest responsibility?
As for ULIMO, Alaji GB Kroma is there. Ama Yulo. We are having one General Papa, which we were having. I think he stays now at Corway. General Bobo Aruna, etc., etc. There are plenty, and I believe people have come up with their statements. I believe the TRC know who to recommend. If not even me, but the country even knows those who bear the greatest responsibilities are the rebel leaders.
How long did you stay in the war? How long did you stay in the war?
In the war,
Yeah.
from 91, almost 14 years.
You stayed in the war for 14 years.
Yeah.
So at one point, you left childhood and you became an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We'll start with Stewart.
Thank you very much for coming. Maybe I just okay. I've listened to your presentation, and there are a few questions I'd like to ask. Listen to what you have said. Let me start by referring to your involvement in the invasion of the Ivory Coast. Firstly, do you know anything, or what do you know about River Bay in Liberia being a staging post for the invasion into the Ivory Coast? Do you know anything about River Bay?
River Bay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little more details about operations in that area? Who was the commander in that area? And from River Bay, which points in the Ivory Coast did you people attack?
From River Bay, we started moving to another town by the name of Bantiwo. and Tia Tolple, Giboli, Danani, Yadoli, Ma, and Sime.
Now, to the best of
These
your...
are the prominent big towns that we captured.
To the best of your recollection, were any Lebanese or foreign agents, foreigners, involved in the supply of arms and ammunition to you people into the Ivory Coast?
I keep on saying this. There is always a strategy that the people who are leading as commanders, they can always use. For men to get the momentum, for men to take the extra mile, to keep moving. They can call big funds that we inject your mind so you can be brave, that say anything even happens to me, I know I will be flown out of the war front and go live life somewhere extra. But for most of these things that we are done over there, is directly we used to get all supplies from Liberia straight. I can only recall at one time at RIA 12 in the night, we left from the mansion ground, we went to receive arms and ammunition. According to them, the foreign minister from the France government brought the logistic to RIA, and we collected the weapons and bring them down to the mansion ground. That are aware of that. The arms and ammunition that were brought?
Yes.
According to those that came with the arms and ammunition, some white guys, they say it came directly from the foreign minister in France.
So who...
A B-56 jet by 12 o'clock landed to RIA. We went and picked up the arms and ammunition, we brought them down to the mansion ground. That I know about.
What year was this?
It was during the regime, 99. Because we were short of ammunition, we wanted to clear along that Fuya axis also, because when mosquito spray came for the first time, we repaired the attack, they went back to Guinea. That was the time now President Taylor said, gentlemen, I want for you guys to help me. From wherever route these guys came from Guinea, you need to trace that route. And that was the time Guinea mission came up. We get to know General Sheku Konde, one General Suleiman, what they say he was in the army of Lansana Conte, but he fled from Guinea because he was already committed to a certain group that wanted to overthrow Lansana Conte in Guinea. That how he left, he came back to Liberia. So all these guys were with President Taylor. So that how they wanted us to start to take over these big towns along the border so they can base with their men.
Now, is the name Zumaningi or Suleiman?
Suleiman, General Suleiman.
Commissioner, I beg your indulgence. Can you just sign these documents so that we can make photocopy, please?
But there's no such hurry now. We can do that later.
It's signed. It's signed already. Oh, okay.
What is it? Abu. Now, before we get to the Guinea invasion, I want to complete my questions on the situation in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Who were those commanders that were leading in charge of the operations to attack the Ivory Coast, and who were the overall commander?
The overall commander at that time was General Bukari, through the order of General Yeti, 50.
About how many men were involved in this operation?
We were over 2,000.
Did the invading troops, did they encounter any resistance from the Ivorian army?
Yes, there was resistance from the Ivorian army, but we were backed up again by the group from Ivory Coast side. We were hitting in collaboration with them, coming closer till we enter Danani.
Were any prisoners taken?
Prisoners taken?
Yeah.
From
the Ivory Coast?
To bring them down to Liberia.
Were any prisoners captured and taken?
Yeah, prisoners were captured, hospital looted, people killed, houses burned down.
What happened to the prisoners who were captured?
The prisoners that were captured were turned over to General Bukari, and they turned them over to Yetin to bring them down to Monrovia. I doesn't know what they did to them later. That one I cannot tell because I was not present there when they were bringing them along.
Do you have any idea of the numbers of individuals that were involved as prisoners that were brought and turned over to Bukari and turned over to General Yetin?
The number of prisoners?
Yeah. You have any idea?
I can remember, I think 27 in number.
About 27. Now, who was Felix Doe? What was his relationship to Charles Taylor? Felix Doe. You mentioned one Felix Doe from the Ivory Coast.
From Ivory Coast?
Yeah.
Well, we used to know these people, but I cannot tell you the relationship between him and Charles Taylor. He was a friend of Charles Taylor. That's all I know.
Was he a leader or the main leader of the Ivorian rebels?
He was a leader. Then one Sheriff Suleimani too was another leader too. That brought the problem between Sheriff and Feledu, because he too wanted to control the revolution and Feledu too wanted to control the revolution. But being that people loves Sheriff more than Feledu, that I got involved in a problem with Bukari.
And how was Felix Doe killed?
I cannot exactly tell you because I was having my own area of control at that time.
How many men were under your control?
Huh?
How many men were under your control in your unit?
In my own place, I was having over 200 men.
Who did you report to?
I report directly to Bukari because he was the mission commander for Ivory Coast.
And what was your rank at the time?
We used to carry up the C rank, the general rank that was given to us.
Now, in the invasion of the Ivory Coast, was there looting of institutions, civilian properties? Was there deliberate killing on the part of the invading forces?
It was obvious.
Now, you mentioned about attacking Guinea. About how many men were involved, and what year was this?
It was in 1998 coming to 99.
That Guinea was attacked?
Yeah.
Were you involved in the operations?
I was involved in the operation. We went together with Mike Wong, some other co-commanders, Mosquito, who they call Liberian Mosquito, is there, Christopher Vamo. They call him Mosquito too.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He lives somewhere around Barnasby area there.
And you remember any other names?
Yetin too was there because he usually had these operations as chief of staff.
What was the objective of the operation?
The objective of the operation at that time, the order came down that this so-called revolutionist, General Sekou Konde, was supposed to become the revolutionary leader for a pro-democratic group living in Guinea. But it came at a time when we started attacking the positions, then that he's not having enough manpower, that how it came up that his mother, who stays in Guinea, have already advised him to forget about Guinean revolution and just keep waiting till if he wants to become whosoever, let him link with his brother Alpha Conde, then they can shoot up as presidential candidate. But they shouldn't bring problem to their people in Guinea. That was the time he gave up.
And that was the time this Sekou Konde gave up?
Yeah.
And where did he go after he gave up?
He was still with the revolution.
Is he alive today?
He's alive. He's in France.
Now, you said that you were in Gegedu or Masanta for 11 days?
11 days. Gegedu, we first captured Gegedu, we were there for 11 days. We retreated again, we went and hit Masanta. Rushed into the refugee camps, destroyed the refugee camps. We came to the military barrier, we took some arms and ammunition from there, and we crossed back to Liberia. The same goes to Kisidugu too. There was a prominent military barrier in Kisidugu. When we captured the town, we raised the army from the barrier. We took, because we were short of arms and ammunition, so we took arms and ammunition from there. That's where I was having one of my friends, they call him General Ray too. He was fired on that operation. When we were coming back, because of the storm in the water, the crossing, so many other commanders died, and men, the water even carried them, civilians that we were bringing back, plenty people died through that crossing.
Was this during the rainy season?
Where?
Was it during the rainy season?
It was not during the rainy season per se, but when we enter, the time we can cross in the morning, the water can come up small. It reaches to a certain time, like around 12 or 1, it will get down a little bit. So if you cross now, after the evening, the storm will be in the water, so it will not be easy. But we are chased out by enemy forces, so we were forced to cross. That's how we left Isidugu.
That was the Guinean army now you're talking about?
Yeah, the Guinean army with some Kamajors, because they were in the native attire, they call them the Kamajors. We are thrown out of Guinea. We came back to Liberia.
Now, you also started off with ULIMO.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned that you were with ULIMO at the time its first commander, General Kape, was killed.
Yes, sir.
Can you throw a little bit of light on the circumstances that attended the death of General Kape?
When General Alhaji G.V. Nkrumah came for Guinea with the notion to come and persuade the government of Sierra Leone so he can head LUDF, but being that General Kape was already there and it's well known in Sierra Leone because he have already started boosting the morale of Liberians fighters who are living in Sierra Leone at that time. So he found it difficult to penetrate the command structure. He tried by every possible means, he never make it. So a meeting was held in Kenema town at the 3rd Brigade in Kenema.
Were you there at the time?
I was bodyguard to late Babangida, the man who shot General Kape. I was bodyguard to him.
Do you remember any other name for this Babangida?
And Sumana Kamara is his real name, but he's dead now.
Can you say under whose orders General Kape was shot? Was Babangida acting on his own, or was he acting on an order?
He never did it on his own. The mission came directly from Alaji GV Kroma. Because it's like when the tussle started, some other group of people went beyond Alaji Kroma, like Rupert Johnson then, Amar Yulo then. Everybody was beyond Alaji Kroma because they knew he's a businessman or he have small financial power. So everybody was beyond in Kenema. Oh, our chief now come from Guinea, blah, blah. He brought some American US camouflage, red berets in the container, what he brought with him. They started sharing the uniform to people that have raised the momentum of LUDF men, because at that time we just used to wear fiti, the green fiti. He brought camouflage. So everybody was in their camouflage suit. And Kape was not having other strong men that could have really able to secure him. So the civilian people deemed it necessary or fit. They say he should be behind the brigade in Kenema. They gave him one lodge there, so that the place he was residing. But it came to a time around 12:30 in the night. Alaji Kroma drive to the house of General Babangida now and Sumana Kamara and tell him that I have already given an order to Amar Yulo to carry on the execution of General Kape, so I can become the leader for LUDF. But I have my own name that I brought from Guinea. When the mission kicks, then I will announce myself.
And were you there at the time such discussions were going on?
It was right outside, because the whole place we're living in is just a military barrack. So there is nothing strange that you can discuss in room to anybody. They can always discuss outside.
And then from there, then the execution was carried out.
He left. He went back because his own lodge was right before Kenema Brigade. So he left, he went back to his house. Then Babangida said, gentlemen, you should get ready. We'll start smoking, drinking.
Who was Amar Yulo at the time?
Amar Yulo was the mission commander. He had never yet come, because we were waiting for him to come before we can go. So when he came, the high General Babangida said, let everybody get on board. We were having one camouflage Land Rover Jeep, one raid pickup. What Amar Yulo was having, raid pickup. So we get on board. All the SBUs, they say everybody get on board, get on board. We went there in the night. It was almost after 1. They knocked at the door. General Kape came out wearing the nightgown. The nightgown was on him. He came out with some flowers inside, designed with flowers. He came out. As soon as he opened the door, he spot everybody in both arms. So he wanted to get inside back by turning his back to General Babangida, that had Babangida released the BAR on him straight with full shot on his back. He dropped. Right in front of the living room, he dropped. The how we left. But before we could go, General Babangida took the silver chain of General Kape and put it in the militant packet that he was having. He's shopping inside. Then he took the silver watch and the silver ring and put it in the chassis. So as soon as the civilian army heard that firing, they came to check. And they knew already what was going on, that Tom Yuma, the resident minister in Kenema, came straight to Ama Yulo's place. And they arrested him and his bodyguards. They take them to CRD district headquarters in Kenema. The commissioner is there now, but it's now, I think, director of police in Sierra Leone now. They call him Munu.
Call him what?
Munu, Commissioner Munu. At that time, he was a pretty young man. He knows his job.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's in Sierra Leone. They took the photo of General Kape. Then we all were there that morning. We slept there. So in the morning, they said nobody should go nowhere. We were disarmed. And they put a weapon one side. That's how they say, but then this thing is simple. If Babangida is denying, Ama Yulo is denying who did the firing, we should ask the men. But nobody could be brave at that time to say, oh, I'm a commander, fire that man. You can't do it. So later on they say, but then these are small children and let them go out. That how where we are going out, they say they should search everybody. We were searched by the police. Then they gave back our uniform to us. Then they called Babangida in front of the whole CRD crew now. It was right outside. The time the body of Kape was laying down now in the Land Rover Jeep. So that how they called Babangida in front. When he came, they started searching him. They took some money, wallet, other things. When they came down to this right parking now, that how they took the chain out, the wristwatch, and the silver ring. They say you said you never went at the scene. This ring, the watch with the chain, alone is evidence against you. They say, who sent you? So he said it was through the order of Ama Yulo. They asked Yulo to say, Alaji Jivi Kroma. Immediately Kroma left from Kenema. Because he knew already they have called his name at the police station, so he left. He went back Guinea. Already they have arrested Ama Yulo and Babangida. So everybody went back home. We were there, but they decided to disarm everybody, that nobody should walk around with weapons, but you can walk with your uniform. They doesn't have problem with that, but nobody should walk around with weapons. That's how they took them directly to Panema Road, the state prison in Freetown. After 3 weeks, Alaji Kroma came back. He came, he reported, he said to the government of Sierra Leone, one way and another they fixed it up. We were to Kenema, they said let everybody go to Toma base. We all were to Toma base. That how they brought he and Mr. Kroma in front. They said that the new leader will have him. And in fact, we have changed the name from LUDF to ULIMO today.
And then later on, you people crossed over into Liberia.
Yes, sir.
And at the time you crossed over into Liberia, it was one ULIMO. Yeah. Were you in Bombing Hills or Toppenberg when ULIMO split?
I was there.
Which side did you end up on?
I end up K.
Can you give some light on what led to the split?
As for me, the way I look at it, maybe other people may have their own versions, but I believe it's just power consciousness. Because Rupert Johnson too, at that time, sees himself to be growing more powerful. He doesn't want to take command from Alaji Jivi Kroma. He doesn't want to take command from Ama Yulo. So that's really brought the tussle. And secondly, they were doing certain appointments that this one group is not happy because of tribal business. The other group will come and say, well, it's crown men. Why they should make crown men? They want the other group will say why they should make Madingo men, the other commander in front of people Jelada. That's how it happened.
Now, who can you remember as forming the ULIMO leadership at the time, the ULIMO K leadership?
ULIMO K?
Yes. Who were those in the top leadership that you remember?
I can remember he the GV, General Komba, but he's dead now. He died in Fonjama when he was coming with Law Rebel at the place.
What is the name?
Komba.
And who else?
Then I can remember Tabra Sherry. Papa, he was in the police. I think he was 103 doing Chancellor regime. Then we were having other command in Monrovia, like earlier on I mentioned Papi Kamara, one Papi Sherry, who check Kafumba Kone.
Now, after the split, the ULIMO split, there was a time when Toppenberg was cut off for quite a long time. Were you in Toppenberg at that time when there was no food going in and all of that? Were you there?
You see, at that time, we were basing in Banga when Banga fell. Banga fell because of that problem was arising, that how we took men from Banga, we came down to bomb it, to reinforce. But at that time, we were not bought yet by Taylor to reinforce ULIMO K, because we were already sensitized by Kruma men that we should come and join Kruma together with Pepper and Saw, because Pepper and Saw was a Madingo boy, John Gujabatu, he from the same Madingo track. So that how we came, after running the mission, we went back and sit down to Banga before we were brought to Monrovia. We joined the NPFL.
Which year was this, you say?
I said 94.
94?
Yeah.
Oh, and that was the year that Banga fell, 94?
Yeah.
And you were attacking on the Banga axis at the time?
Yeah, we were attacking Banga axis. We were there.
Now, when did you first join, after fighting against the NPFL for such a long time, when did you first join Taylor, and what was it that led you to join Taylor? What encouraged you to join Taylor?
Well, we were having our key advisors, as earlier on I continue to say, they brought us down to Monrovia. Immediately after the fall of Banga, we were there for a certain time because they knew they cannot able to pull us back from Banga. So they decided buying us so we can join them and be part of them.
You joined?
Yeah.
What time was this? It's in 94?
94.
And who were those?
Late 94, I think coming to September like that, September or November, something like that.
So by 1995, 96, you were already on Taylor's side?
Yeah.
But, and you say who were those that convinced you and others to join Taylor?
We were having Papi Kamara.
Bambe Kamara, you say?
Papi. We call him Papi Kamara. Mesa Kamara. We call him Papi Kamara.
You know his full? Do you know his full name?
His full name is Mr. Kamara, but when it's all along we used to call him Papi Kamara.
Is he alive today?
No, he's dead.
All right. And who else?
And one Mr. Sheriff too, he lives somewhere around Douala. He's still living. He got one brand new green Jeep, Toyota four-wheel drive Jeep that he can always be driving. It's black, short, fat in the body.
And the two of them, along with others?
There were others, even Sheikh Kafumba Kone, I shall continue to say. You see, Mr. Stewart, sometimes it pains me I can feel it to really see people who doesn't have the integrity to say, yes, I did it. If we are brave, we can come up and sit here who says all what we've been doing. Then why other people can't too have that initiative, that notion to say, yes, it is true. I was part of this, but because I wanted power or I wanted money, you know, or it's bad. They sit back like they doesn't even know nothing. After they have destroyed our futures, made us to be half crazy, we just moving around, just like enemy planes. It's bad.
So, were you involved in the April 6th fighting in Monrovia?
In
April 6th, were you involved?
April 6th fight? No.
Were you involved at any time? Did you link up with the ATU after joining Taylor? Subsequently, did you at any time affiliate with the ATU or any of
No, I never link up with the ATU, but I will say yes again. Because when the ATU was formed, some ex-RAF fighters that came from Sierra Leone directly under the command of General Sam Bukari was taken to Batala base, trained. From there, they become ATU. But during my own command, I was with the militia at that time because I never wanted to join ATU, because when you go ATU base, you know, they do one or two things that I doesn't even love. But I was having men assigned under me, ATU men. They take command from me, and I do execute orders from even Momojiba. He knows when we were in Vonyama, before even the death of Francois Massacre in Vonyama.
Were you around there at the time?
Yeah.
Was it your forces that opened fire on Francois Massacre, or was it the enemy forces?
It happened this way. We were in Vonyama at that time, but when that the Lord forces have already attacked Vonyama, just like what I was saying here. General Jiba was not having that integrity to tell the president that we have retreated from Vonyama. For every time 020 from the Marshall Ground used to call, they would tell the presidency, we are still in Vonyama. We retreated, we came close to Zozo. We were based in Zozo. It was during that time President Taylor sent Francois Massacre. He said, go to Vonyama and give them this logistic. Unknowing to him that already we have retreated from the ground. Nobody was told, because the directive comes from the commander to the radio man that is sending out. Buddha said, no way. When the helicopter came, the chopper landed at the airfield, thinking that we are on the ground. That was the time they met with the enemy forces.
I see. Now, there was a security official in the Taylor government by the name of Mr. Ross, Emmett Ross. I do not know if you knew him or were in the area in which he was operating, but did you ever hear of him and how he got killed on the front?
Ross.
A red-skinned man, short.
I cannot tell you anything about that.
You spoke about the killing of Mr. Sam Bukari, who
Yeah.
was called Mosquito.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that some of his family members were killed.
Yeah.
Were they killed the same time, the same day he was killed?
They were killed the same day.
You mentioned his wife,
Mawa.
Mahawa,
Yeah.
and you mentioned his son. Can you please repeat the name of his son for me?
We just used to call him Couple. He's black, short.
You used to call him what?
Couple.
Corporal.
Yeah.
Corporal as in the army?
Yeah, corporal.
Okay. How old do you think he was?
Age, I think, age 9 years.
About 9 years old.
Yeah, he was very small, 9 years.
You also mentioned Mr. Bukari's mother was killed.
Yeah, Malfa too.
Now these people, relatives of Bukari who were killed, were they fighters or civilians?
They were not fighters, they were
civilians,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
Were any other family members of Mr. Bukari killed that you maybe forgot about?
The one was killed among the group of men that was fired later among the other groups. They call him Mohammed.
This other person who you said was killed from Mr. Bukari's family, was he a brother?
A brother to
cousin?
him,
He
Mohammed.
was a brother to him.
Yeah,
And his name was Mohammed.
yeah.
Do you know his last name? Do you know his last name?
It's Mohammed Bukari.
Mohammed Bukari. Okay. Thank you.
There is having one of his brother here. I think he stays at Red Light. They call him Amadou. I even took him one time on Agnes program to Omi radio station.
Straight from the heart
Yeah.
program.
From straight from the heart.
Okay. And his name is also Bukari, his last name? This one you just talked about?
Who?
This brother
Yeah.
who you said now lives
Yeah.
around the red light. His
Mhm.
last name is also Bukari.
Yeah, he's also Amadou Bukari.
You mentioned also that some RUF fighters, former fighters, were taken from the JFK.
Yeah,
Is that a JFK hospital?
yeah,
And carried away, you said, somewhere in County.
yeah. They're going to pay them.
Okay. Were these people handicapped? Or were they sick? They
Yeah.
were taken from the sick beds?
They were wounded, so there are some people hands amputated, feet.
So is this the same incident that people have been referring to as the combat camp incident where they were allegedly shot and put in holes?
It links to the same incident. Because that was a strategic point that was already demarcated to do execution.
Combat camp.
Yeah.
And you said it was about 300 of them.
300?
You mentioned about how many of them you think were taken from the hospital at that time? And
I said 3 truck.
3 trucks.
Yes.
Okay.
They
Can
were,
you give us an estimate of the sizes of the trucks?
the trucks they were having, the short Tatra trucks with the big tires. I think one of UNDP or WFP, they have that modern truck with the short tires. They were backloaded down to that camp.
You mentioned also during your your testimony that Mr. Alhaji Kroma sent some trucks across the border from Liberia to Guinea, and those trucks were exchanged for arms.
For arms and ammunition from USC company.
For arms and ammunition.
Yeah, the trucks that we met at USC company, trailers.
How many trucks were those?
It was many. I cannot really figure out. It was many.
You also mentioned that men were sold in Sierra Leone by the Kroma group for arms.
And they are still there.
They are still there now.
Yes.
These men who were sold, were they fighters or
fighters?
Civilians.
Because
fighters.
they were, at that time, they were having a problem with male power on the front line. So the government came down to Bomi and negotiated. Give women, we will give you guys arms and ammunition.
Okay. When you say the government, was this under
Strasser
government? Oh, the Sierra
Strasser
Leone government. Okay.
The
Now these men who were sold, how would you explain? Is it like they were sold as slaves? Did they go with their own free will? They were forced? Can you explain the conditions surrounding?
They were taken from Bomi down to Sierra Leone to fight, side along with the Sierra Leone army, till the war can finish. So in turn, they send arms and ammunition for us in Bomi.
You also spoke that you were recruited at age 12. And they recruited you along with other young men in this unit called Small Boy Unit.
Yes, Small Boy Unit.
At that time, how many small boys were there in the Small Boy Unit? That
We are 30 in number.
30? 30?
Yeah, 30.
At the time?
Yeah. Just the size of the platoon.
Okay, the size of a platoon.
Yeah.
Now, during your years fighting, whether with ULIMO, they joined ULIMO or ULIMO K, and then you joined the NPFL later, how many small boy soldiers you think these people have, or you came across?
How many small boy soldiers I killed?
No. How many small boy soldiers were fighting along with you, or you think these different groups have recruited?
So many.
Can you estimate?
SB unit were having another group that was with 24 hours when we were crossing. They too, it was the same small boy unit. They were under Zebra, a battalion they called Zebra from ULIMO. They were under Zebra, headed by 24 hours. We will start taking Congo, coming all the way to Tieni.
Okay, let me simplify my question. How many small boy units you think ULIMO had when you were fighting before ULIMO split, when it was one ULIMO? How many small boy soldiers you think you had fighting with you?
Small boy units were a group of.
How many child were fighting? Small boys were fighting as small boy soldiers?
We are so many.
100, 200, 500, 3,000, 1,000?
Maybe approximately 70 in number, I can see.
Maybe 17, 18,000?
70, 70.
70?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you joined the NPFL, how did you see many small boy soldiers, and how many you think were there?
Yeah, they too, they were having many small boy units because like people like Yetin, it's just the name. But Yetin was a very small boy at that time. They were having another commander that died too, Stanley. It too was small.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
Now, I'm going to my 29 years.
You mentioned the Liberian mosquito.
Yeah.
Christopher Vamo. You say he still lives, he is still alive, and he lives around the Ghana's area.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the Operation Octopus and this mosquito being allegedly in the area? What can you tell us about what happened at the Catholic convent with the nuns, and what happened to the children who were in the area at an orphanage? Where did those children go? Where did they carry the children?
I cannot tell you where really they took them. If I say it, then I think I want to lie.
Under the presidency of Mr. Charles Taylor,
Yeah.
you were a general, and then you served in the ATU, the anti-terrorist unit. Am I correct?
I was with them, but per se, I never took training like how other people went.
But you were a member of the ATU
Yeah.
after the war, when Mr.
Yeah.
Taylor won the election.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you think, and if so, how many fighters like yourself at the time were recruited, for example, in the ATU, in the army, in the police, and in other security agencies when Mr. Taylor was president?
The fighters. We are so many.
So
I cannot
a lot of
tell you, yeah, a specific number.
So a lot of you were just switched over from being fighters into
Yeah.
the different security
Yeah.
areas, like these areas I named.
Yeah.
And you are a mechanic.
Yeah, presently.
Is that what you do for a living now?
Yes, that's what I've chosen.
You learned a trade after the war, or you were a mechanic
No, it's
You
just
learned
after the war I
after the
started
war? Okay.
doing that.
Were you did you disarm? Did you go through any of the rehabilitation programs?
I never entered the DDR program, but
You didn't
we
enter the
disarmed
DDR program?
Commanders. These weapons were taken from us down to our commanders.
Your commanders took the weapons.
Yeah.
Do you know if they turned those weapons into the DDR program or any similar program?
I went through the DDR also.
You went through the DDR program?
Yeah.
You? Okay. When you fought, what kinds of weapons did you use?
Say again?
When you were a fighter, what kinds of weapons did you use?
So many. The anti-aircraft, what the guy, the shot AA, RPG, that's the rocket propelled grenade, AK-47, AK-48, AK-58. We're having Stinker missile. What can pick? You can usually pick jets up when jets are flying. The Stinker missile. That one was brought by General Bukari on Sierra Leone. They will have flamethrower with the 3 bombs attached to the one muscle.
Did the small boy unit, the soldiers who were in the small boy unit,
Yeah.
did they get any training to fight as soldiers? Were
It's
they
just
trained?
3 weeks, only to know the gun. That was all.
And what kinds of guns? Oh, you just described what you were using, but the weapons you used, did other small soldiers use those weapons too?
Yeah, Beretta, because it was just like this short, easy to carry. You know, the AK at that time, the long butt is too long to be dragging. So they used to give us Berettas.
What preparation did you have to go through as a small soldier at the time before going up to the battlefront? Any special preparation you had to go through before going to fight?
Yeah, they used to give us some preparation by our commanders. They call it Nyangbe. Sometimes they just do some marks, traditional marks here. They help up the medicine inside and that. They say you are okay, or they give you certain design tooth of the elephant. You put it on your neck.
They gave you any drugs,
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. We used to have drug supply from the Sierra Leone army at that time.
The Sierra
Directly
Leone
from-
army was supplying
yeah.
you with drugs. What kind
Hassan
of drugs?
Conte, one chief of staff in the Sierra Leone army, used to bring drugs. One other drugs there, they call it brown. I used to take drugs for over 8 to 9 years before I ceased.
So beside you at the time, other child soldiers were also taking drugs regularly to
Yeah,
fight?
Adama Roger, I was having one of my friends too. Everybody was taking drugs because they deem it necessary. Without drugs, you cannot perform well on the front line. You need to be half somehow.
So this person from the Sierra Leone army was supplying the drugs.
Yeah.
Who were those that were issuing out the drugs to you, child soldiers?
The commanders,
Can you name some of the commanders who were assigned with you who issue out drugs?
some commanders, I would say many are deceased today. Like Free Kala is dead. The younger brother of Free Kala, Tikala, he too is dead.
Any alive that you know of or you can remember?
Only people like Ama Yulu, I would say, they living now.
What was the condition with the SBUs when you went on the battlefront? If you got wounded or if you got killed, what happened? Your families knew what would happen with you. Anybody contacted your family to say your son died at the war, or what happened when you got hurt?
When
If something happened to the SBU
Yeah.
on the battlefront, maybe if you got hurt or something, what would happen to you?
like I was fired,
Were you taken care of? Was there any special attention showing you because you were young?
if I was taken care of,
Child soldiers, not only
Yeah.
you, but all of you SBU.
they used to pay attention to us. That one, I cannot lie, they used to do it. We come down to town, they buy you t-shirts, jeans, sneakers. You get your K-bag behind you. For every time we come down, when they go to the headquarters, they give them money. Sometimes they do share it, just for your mind to be relaxed.
Since the TRC started collecting statements and listening to testimonies, there have been a lot of stories about women being raped, young girls being raped, older ladies being raped. When fighters enter the town or capture the town, they also set houses ablaze. Did you have to do any of these things as child soldiers? Did you have to rape women, small boy units? Did you have to burn down homes, kill anybody?
Yes, we did. The only thing I cannot remember raping, we killed at that time. We do point horses. I earlier on even made a statement here that sometimes we sit around, we do clinch of the coin. Like me and my friends sometimes, like Junior, Free Color, Amara Roger, sometimes we sit down together, we say, look, tomorrow we will be having a mission. The mission is for us to capture Fonon. But when we enter Fonon, who is going to be the leader for killing today? Maybe Junior Freeman will come and say, what we'll do, you'll like clinch one coin up. We'll be laughing, we'll clinch the coin up. If I be the first, the hair come for me on the ground. The day is for me. So for any execution they want to do, we'll look for either Sherry, they say, or go call Sherry, because SBU unit know already that we have already clinched. So we used to enjoy the funds at that time because we never knew the repercussion.
So if you toasted a coin and then whoever they had
to choose your day,
you would choose the day that you would be the
if
head.
you are lucky, plenty people being rescued, they bring them, they say this for execution is your day.
You all have to also do the same bet on women too, maybe women who would be raped. Did the execution include women? There were stories of pregnant women, stomach being open. You all have to go through the end of that, or maybe not you as a person, but other child soldiers.
It happens. We used to do it. It happens. We open people's stomach, they take up the intestine of one, the other one, you haul it together like this, you tie it as a checkpoint.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Mr. Witness. My name is Commissioner Pearl Brown Bull. You Mohammed Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much for coming to give your story. Very interesting story, very interesting information to us and to the public who listening and to those who encourage you to come. So I have to ask certain questions only for my clarity.
Yeah. Welcome.
I saw a statement that you were reading from and I interrupted and asked you whether that was your own handwriting, what type or so, and you said you wrote it. And since we don't have a prepared statement, like witnesses come with prepared statement, could you please allow Mr. Hearing Officer, could you please bring me the statement that was written by the witness so I can ask my question from there? Later on, we will, because you sworn and he said we will make photocopy. Please give me the statement. No, the other one too.
No, this one is just rough.
Yeah, everything you read from well written. There's some there too. That one. Yeah, bring it. Yeah, and I'm missing it with my paper. Right here, the camera. I'm sure that the camera on me. Mr. Chairman, I know that his notes and taking his own handwriting. I can read. Mr. Witness, following the question of my colleague, Commissioner Martha Washington, asking you, what are you doing now? You said you are a mechanic, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a mechanic shop or you working along with someone else?
I was working along with someone else, but for now,
right now, are you working at all?
no.
So you're not working at this stage?
No, ma'am.
In your recommendations, like the TRC have to make recommendations, you recommended that the big people in the war, that they should prosecute them, and that the property and things that they took, that they took, which the government should take it to use it to help
The victims.
the victims. Yes. Now, from your testimony, your own testimony, that's over radio and before us, you, Mr. Sheriff, said, I see here you are from 1991 to the time the war ended here, the ceasefire, 2003. You were fighting.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
You also said that you looted You kill, you looted, you burned down places. Now, do you want also, since you looted, and whether the generals looted or whoever looted, that do you have some of the looted goods and property that you got? So if we recommend prosecution and you prosecuted, that some of the looted goods too that you looted, and some of the people that you killed, they died too, but they are victims of the people who survived, the relative, that will be able, that the prosecutors will be able to take your property and what you looted also to give to the victims. Are you prepared to turn over what you looted and the killing that you did to the victims also, and also for what you did to be prosecuted? Are you prepared?
I'm prepared, ma.
All right. The record will show that, so in case we'll be able to keep the looted goods and things that you have, so we can be able to identify them. Secondly, what the level of education? How far did you go in school?
I went up to.
Talk loud.
I went up to 7th grade at that time.
You went
but
up
when
to,
we went to Sierra Leone, we were still going to school in the refugee camp around Waterloo. There, they were having a public school there in Waterloo.
Yeah, then you went up to how much? From 7th grade, that would made you to go to 7th grade?
Yeah.
All right.
Just 1 year.
I see your statement that you said you wrote in your own handwriting, and I'm very much impressed with the words that are used here, especially when you said that the democratic process, I begin saying the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, without no fear or favor, and especially you said my conscience is clear. I'm not putting you on test, but just as you say you wrote this, and this what so help me God. I just want you, could you spell the word conscience? Conscience, because it's written here, I'm just at the first page. Since you wrote this thing here that were written, and so could you spell the word conscience?
CONSCIENCE.
All right, thank you. We take note of how you spell the word conscience. And you have a very beautiful penmanship, very good, even better than mine. How about negotiations? Because especially I'm interested in this negotiation part, because you say the NPFL 1994, after the fall of Banga, we were called upon by ULIMO High Command political wing, headed by Sheikh Kafuma Kone, calling themselves
interreligious
in disguise rebel collaborators. Call commanders from Banga to come to Monrovia for negotiations. We came and Mr. Taylor ended up buying us for 4,000 United States dollars. I would like for you to just spell the word collaborators. No, it's not that because you said you wrote this yourself.
Yes, COLLAR.
That's collaborators.
COLLABORATES.
Thank you. We take note of the spelling of the word collaborators because they were written by yourself. And in the same paragraph, you said you came for negotiations. Could you spell the word negotiations? It's not like people see are putting you for test.
NEGRATRATRON.
Thank you. We take note of your spelling of negotiation. Now, where were you born, Mr. Witness?
I was born in Cape Man County, Popa District,
What year?
in 1979.
Okay, but when you went to the TRC, you made statement there too, right?
Yeah.
Because I want to compare, because what you say and what before us from the TRC to see what is correct, and we'll see what. Well, when you went to the TRC, how many times did you go to the TRC?
I went there once.
You
for
went there
the
one
hearing,
time?
Then later, I was called by the investigation group. I think twice.
In what?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
So the 3 times you went, did you speak to the same person or you spoke to different people?
For every occasion, I spoke to different people for every occasion.
You remember who you spoke to?
I cannot recall their names, but I know them facially.
You know their faces.
Yeah.
Was it in the investigative unit?
The second one was with Mr. Sherry.
Sheriff.
Yeah. With,
Okay.
yeah.
And the first one was with who? You can remember.
No, the first one I made my statement in front of everybody.
Before everybody in the investigative unit.
UNDP. They were having guests from UNDP.
Okay. When you were talking, I also heard you say you thank straight from the heart because they really help you with your traumatization. So at any time, did any representative from State from the Heart accompany you, carry you to TRC?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Were they there when you were giving your statement?
They were present.
They were present.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure we know who you said it as State from the Heart. Did they also tell you what to say?
They will not tell me what to say because
Okay.
I already know what to say.
All right, thank you. Now, I will proceed. The TRC people paper here say, that's what we ask you first when you start talking. The month here, can you tell our month you were born?
February 7.
February 7.
7 February.
7 February. But the TRC people got it because you know age important.
Yeah.
You told them you were born February 7, 1977. Now you say you were born
79.
Okay, 79. So that's the first thing wrong, and that the first thing after your name. So today TRC thing, please let the record show you were born 1979. And that will make you 12 years old. When you started in 1991, eh?
Yeah.
And now 14 because I checked 12. 91, so 91 you were 12. 92 you were 13. 93 you were 14. 94 you were 15. I come back to what written here in such beautiful penmanship from your speech. And of course, the public as well as I take notice of the spelling of those words. I come to how it's chronologically put together here too. I come to 1994 when you're supposed to be 15 years old when this negotiation headed by ULIMO High Command Political Wing, Shika Fuman Kone. Now, you were 15 years old. So were you still could be a child soldier now because they say 18. So as a child soldier, were you, because you say yeah, so were you among the group? We were called upon by ULIMO High Command at Shika Fuma Kone, the political wing, You were called upon now to come to Banga, and they negotiated you for $4,000. Were you in among the distinguished delegation into that meeting?
Where?
Yeah, I asked. 1998 chronic
It happened in Banga that we came to Monrovia to
So you were in a delegation?
I was there because the most senior commander at that time, Pepper and Saul, he was just 18 years.
So they talked to, but then they talked to you and they didn't talk to the big high command, because then ULIMO then was headed by Alahaji Kroma. Because you just said that they should hold the higher people responsible for the crimes that were committed. So on this such important delegation, when they were coming to negotiate terms now for ULIMO to come to work with Taylor, they sent what was your position at that time?
I was a colonel in Banga.
You were what?
A colonel in Banga.
Colonel?
Yeah.
So 1994, you were colonel.
Yeah.
And you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
Who made you colonel? Kalahaji Kroma?
Yeah.
Kroma made you colonel?
Kroma at that time.
Okay, where did he make you colonel? Where was the ceremony performed?
That was a battlefront positions. They don't usually observe ceremony.
They don't observe, but at least they have a place. They have a place.
By radio station.
So where did Alahaji Kroma tell you or pronounce? At least somebody else was there, unless Jerry told you what place it was, what area, because we have battle.
It was in Bomi. It was in Bomi.
In Bomi.
Yeah.
So you were made what year, colonel? What year you were colonel?
Yeah.
What year? What year they made you colonel? Because you remember plenty other things here that were written chronologically.
Yeah.
So what year you became colonel?
In 93.
So 93, oh, you were 14, and he made you colonel in Bomi Hills.
Yeah.
All right. The record will show whether Kroma was in Bomi Hills. How many of you he made at that time? How many people, because you were 14, how many of you were made colonel?
Well, plenty. So other people were promoted to the rank of general, like Pepper and Saw, the time we were in Bapolu before we came for the Banga mission in 92, before going there.
So, you were colonel. But I just want to remind you, because we got dates here. I see from the paper where the TRC people got here, they say you were colonel, ULIMO 1994 to 1995. So somebody not telling the truth. Yeah, colonel. Bomi Kidma Monrovia Banga 1994 to 1995. So who won't telling the truth now? You or the people at TRC who wrote the paper? What year now?
I keep on saying from 93 I was promoted.
Okay,
to
so
94.
Please let
the
them.
time we were in Banga.
Please let them correct it, because the guy major for ULIMO 1992 to 1993. Because you see the thing what we're talking about here is serious. Many people went to their grave just because somebody told them say something about that person was a mistake. Then later when they realized that was a mistake. So our Commissioner Paul Brown Boo, when I put my hand to something to say this for somebody or that for somebody, another person, I want to make sure that not mistake. Because this, anything. So I'm beginning to see the paper here where you talk to TRC. Don't think we don't, just what you talk, it'll be recorded. It'll be in paper. Then I see this well-written paper with it very dates chronologically put, which I'm looking at. what on the paper, what you say here, and what you talk here, what on the paper. So that's why I'm questioning you on. I'm not trying to show you line, but I want to get my records straight.
Yeah.
All right, that's all. So if anybody ears now want to hear, that's what it is here, because we're writing history, and I don't want for later on what I say, somebody can come and find out that it's wrong. Then we show we didn't do our research good. All right. So you came 1994 and y'all went to Banga. And the political wing of ULIMO K. Do you know you stay with ULIMO until what year? You stay with ULIMO until 1995, according to what the TRC paper put here. What year you stay with ULIMO? The paper rare.
94 was still with ULIMO when we were called upon to Monrovia. That was the time we joined the NPFL now.
94.
Yeah.
All right. So when they came, and your chair came, and she got Fuman Kone. So then, if he was the chairman of the political wing of ULIMO K, then what was Alhaji Kumar's position?
Alhaji Kumar was the leader for ULIMO K. When this split came about, after we fought, we went Banga because we was based in Banga. So that how they came from Monrovia, they met us in Banga.
Who they came from Monrovia? Religious people?
Yeah. They left, they went to Banga with 2 Toyota Hilux Jeep. They pick up them, sleeper tech. They pick up them. 2 with a big radar tires, one green, one red.
Yeah.
So they took the money, 25,000 US dollar, down there, but 4,000 that he had received.
Oh, you won't receive 4,000
Yeah, 4,000
from the 25,000.
Yeah.
So the other 21,000, who they gave it to?
Our main commander at that time, the battalion commander, was Pepper and so.
Pepper, so
Yeah,
you
he was a general.
how many of y'all went to that meeting?
Pepper and so was there, John Ujaba, me, then General Combat 2, they came from Bombi 2, they 2 were on that meeting.
So there are 6. Y'all were 6?
4.
Nobody named
Me, Pepper and so. Pepper and so that one name.
Pepper, so yeah.
Yeah, General
You,
Pepper and so, John Ujaba.
Jeru Chapa, yeah. Sheriff,
Yeah, Combat.
Combat.
Sheriff, Pepper and so, John Ujaba, Combat.
And how about the people from Bomi here?
He Combat came from Bombi 1.
Okay, so then $25,000 was divided with 4 persons. So you got 4,000. So everybody else got 4 this thing where maybe. Now, we can calculate. I want to ask you, when you came down, was it a conference that you were supposed to have for the peace thing to see how they can make the peace, and you all didn't come by yourself, you all was sent for, and that the ULIMO K sent you all as the representative for them to this meeting?
We were not sent by ULIMO as representatives. ULIMO K was stationed in Bomi. Then we too, we were in Banga. Then that the NPFL knew that. Yeah, then that the NPFL knew that they cannot able to take Banga from us. That was the time they sent them to go and convince us so we can be with the NPFL. The Harper and saw John the convoy together with us, with even King.
You all were already stationed in Banga.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were not informed me here. Then let me look at the record. You were stationed in Banga
Yeah.
And you were living among NPFL people regularly, but you were a ULIMO man.
No, you are not getting me.
No, I'm not getting you. That's why I asked you the question.
The Banga of itself were under our own command and control. ULIMO at that time.
Okay, so Banga
Yes.
have fallen
Yes.
to ULIMO.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the only way out is to fish commanders to join the NPFL.
And so
Then they can have corridor and get the place under their command.
Okay. So when Deshi Kafuma Kone, who was the political leader of ULIMO K at that time, no, the guy here, written here, was the paper. Oh, it's written here, just like that.
Yeah.
When we all went to Banga, that was him and who else? Because you talk about religion.
Kamara,
So
they call him Papi Kamara.
So I want to say there was a meeting, right? Because you say honor these guys are inter-religious, because it's written here, calling themselves inter-religious.
How they used to call themselves inter-religious group.
Okay, yeah.
And
So,
we knew them to be supporting us because we used to be short of rice in Bomi. He knew they did it for us. We come to Clarata gas station, they put in car, they send it to Alaji Kuma in Bomi, short of onion, salt, small chicken soup.
Chicken soup,
Yeah.
and they send it to Kroma.
Yeah.
Then they did, and so you're okay, someone is civilian, none, it was just for your
It's only for military men.
military men, and the military men didn't care anything to the civilian.
If you know you have friends, you can do that. You have your friends, you can share with them. But the supply doesn't come purposely for surveillance. At that time, I think they were having NGO groups that used to take the bulk of it along for them.
Okay. I've just not much more question because I really admire your penmanship and your level of spelling. They're themselves inter-religious in disguise. Could you spell inter-religious for me? It's written here in your handwriting. Inter-religious.
INTERRELIGROUS.
And could you spell disguise?
Disguise.
Yes.
DISGUISE.
Correct. Thank you. Now, so you left Banga, so you came over and joined NPFL.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, were you aware of when Sheikh Kafuma Kone and Alahaji Kroma for ULIMO K fell out? When he left them, or when he continued to be the political leader?
When he Sheikh left them.
Yeah, and when he and Kroma fell out. Because there were other people who were political leader for ULIMO K. So this what, I want to know, because you were with them up until, from this paper, you were sheriff.
94.
Yeah, 94?
Yeah, 94.
Where the paper got you up with them up until 1995. So up until 1994, so the TRC paper said 95. Because we got 20,000 statements. So for you, your own paper to come out, for you to be called upon to talk, then definitely the TRC people saw it very important that you have good information to give, because you represent plenty other people. So we have 20,000 statements you're looking at. So with good information. You also talk about General Blah, Mose Blah, in the killing of Bukari. So do you know when Shika Fuman Kone and Alahachi Kroma ULIMO fell out, that they chose somebody else to be political leader?
I cannot able to tell
You know,
that, yeah, the time they fell out, because I was not with ULIMO at that time now.
Also, but up on the time you left?
But he was still with them
He was
till
still
I
with
left.
them.
Yes,
Okay.
he was still with them.
All right. Do you also know the other religious people who were honored guys or interreligious who were interacting with you? Because then you went on to NPFL now. So do you know the other interreligious people who were acting under the guise or religion who you saw?
I earlier on said Mr. Sherry is now at Douala.
Douala.
He says at Douala he have a store there. There will Papi Kamara, one other Papi, we used to call him Papi Kamara.
But you know none of the other people who were not wearing gowns, like the one who were wearing collar, and any of the other religious people, you didn't know them. You didn't know their names.
No, I doesn't know their name.
I doesn't know their name, coach you. But you knew Shika Fuman Kone and Mr. Sherry. You knew Shika Fuman Kone.
I knows him.
You know,
even in the
I
dark.
knows him.
Even
Yeah.
in the dark, I know
Okay,
him.
all right. You said after my orders came, that is now in your paper, your GOL, RUF, and former rebels 2001, 2002. I'm reading from your well-prepared statement. After my order came to Ivory Coast by the President Taylor through General Yeton, everybody was surprised for the order of retreat, where we were taken to Topple in the town called Blow, together with Sam Bukari and his family. An order was for us to be tied. Sam Bukari was called upon to go and eat. To eat what now? Eat together with the Vice President Mose Blah, General Yeton Joe 12. After eating, General Yeton told him to escort us to an unknown destination. So when you came from Ivory Coast to the Tayu, during that period when Bukari, do you know why? Do you know why
No.
after joining them and why they decided to tie you with the group?
Because to their own thinking, they thought we should have put on resistance.
Resistance with who now?
With the reinforcement that came from Monrovia to do the mission execution, they thought maybe the other co-commanders should have put on resistance. It's not even me alone.
Okay, so since you didn't put up resistance to fight, then they tie you they tie from your statement here, your well-written statement, penmanship, it seems as though they tie you first.
Yeah.
So they tie you before they even invited Bukari them to go in to eat with Mose Blah, Yeton him. So that's why I was asking them why they tie you. When you said after an order came, after you say you were in Ivory Coast and the order came from Charles Taylor for you to come.
Yeah.
So you came there now, then they just tie you. And how you know that Charles Taylor get that order?
Yeah, when we were even in Ivory Coast, before we could retreat to camp, there was that rumor.
Rumor, yeah.
Yes, the rumors were all over the front lines. They say they are going to arrest Sam Bukari. But Ben that Sam Bukari knew that his mind was clear, that how he said, I will still go there because Charles Taylor is my father. There is nowhere I can go. Because they say when they went on the meeting to Burkina Faso, other special forces that were in Burkina Faso, Sam Bukari, narrated certain story to President Taylor here about Sam Bukari, what he did or who then he talked to in Burkina Faso. Here lies the problem. When Bukari came back, he put everybody together. He told us exactly what happened in Burkina Faso. Then after 1 week, the order came on the ground. So we keep on saying, but Sen, if you know already that this situation is like that, then why didn't we stay here and join these other people, or join the loyal forces side, so we can be part of these people? Or you prefer going there? I say, no problem, I will still go there. Chancellor is my father, I get nowhere to go. I will go there, he will not do nothing to me.
Thank you. I want you to look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of paper and compare the writing with 1, Mohammed Sharia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the 10 sheet and the 5 sheet. Mr. Hearing Officer, please come back for the paper. I want you to look at the writing.
Yeah.
And the 10 sheet paper here, and that was interested simply because of the wordings you were using. The 10 sheet of paper and the other 5 sheet here, you see the handwriting quite different. So please explain it, showing this one and showing this. Can you please explain it? Yeah, the handwriting completely different, and with it, you know, they're giving information. ULIMO captured this, a different time, a different names, or this. Could you just explain it? Because you talk old, and I asked. And
this handwriting, before I could prepare this
okay,
one I brought here now, it was just rough. I was relaxed writing like this. Yeah, but when I wanted to prepare this, I know I'm going to present this, so I make it in block letters.
According to what I see,
yeah,
and I wish other you have explained it,
yeah,
your more relaxed handwriting is a handwriting that it's very different.
yeah.
The word, I mean the shape of it, how it did the letters, all different from the one that you sat and you say you prepare to give. That's what I observe. And they have something you call handwriting experts who can see whether that is in handwriting.
Yeah.
So I close on that. Thank you. That the 10-page handwriting is different from my eye or layman from the other one. And you please make photocopy of all and let him sign each sheet, because it's interesting and I want to follow it up. And after, secondly, the last question, you said when you went to TRC and you made your statement, then the people begin to threaten you. Now, all statements made by TRC, that's why I wanted to ask, who did you talk to? How many persons you talk to? Because just like even us, we didn't see your statement that they sent it to, yeah. He made a public statement? Yeah. So you made a public statement here?
Yeah. At 9th Street.
At 9th Street?
Yeah.
At a statement taking time?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And at the time we said, okay, statement like this for people.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mr. Witness, for your testimony. You said you joined the ULIMO at the age 12.
Yeah.
How were you recruited? Did you join voluntarily?
I stated in my statement before that I was arrested in the night, because when they requested for manpower from the ex-AFS soldiers that fled from Liberia, they went to Sierra Leone, that I was taken from the refugee camps because they know they cannot be able to get more men on board. So they went to boots we are having, we are collected and taken to Waterloo training base. They call the base Benkuma. From there we was taken down with chopper to trauma base in Kenema, just for 3 weeks.
And you remain with the fighting force up to 2003, is that correct?
Yeah.
At that time, you were above age. Was there any point in time you decided to leave the fighting forces? Knowing that you are of age now and the things that are happening on the front, you are not comfortable with them?
When we were in Monrovia, during the time when I started coming to myself, we came down to Monrovia. I was living around 11th Street. I decided within myself to go to the American embassy so I could give up my arms and do something extra. The information came. Benjamin 18 went for me to my house to go and check for me so I can be arrested for them to bring me on the mansion ground. But the information hits me. I went down to Yela Motel, somewhere around GSA Road there. They get Yela Motel there. I was in Yela Motel for 1 week. I used to pay my own money, the motel bill. The how they see information went to him, they came and arrest me with SS-13. At that time, another commander, Superman, they call him Dennis Mingo. He too was here. He went down to Radio Duco, the old Duco, the old hotel building there, Duco. When they arrested him to Duco, they take him from Duco, they carry him back on the front line. I spent 18 days in jail on the mansion ground. That how General Budo went and talked to the president so that I can be released. When they took me from here, we flew to Van. Yetin ordered Caesar Maza, Colonel Caesar Maza, to dump me in the auto pit hole. The auto pit, they have one auto pit on the airstrip there, where they get the UNDP building. There is an auto pit in front of the building. They dumped me inside. The auto pit was closed. They closed it up with cement. They deployed men on top of that auto pit. The story, most of the commanders knew about that story. That after 3 days, I should be executed. In the night, they were sleeping. But then the cement that they wanted to seal up the auto pit with, it never get dried up that night. So they were sleeping because they were in liquor. Everybody was drunk, hoping that in the morning they will kill me. I came out in the morning by stretching my 2 palms on the auto pit to do like this. Slightly it opened. I jumped outside. But luckily for me, everybody was sleeping. Even down to Caesar Maza was sleeping in the room. I went, I commanded one weapon from one of the bodyguards of Caesar Maza who was sleeping side by him. I took the arm. I went straight to the godfather, Dopo Mekazon. They call him Dopo Mekazon, Chief Dopo. I said, Chief, what he really I do, what the people want to kill? He said, but Sherry, I said, I don't know. The people say you want to kidnap you and Superman to go surrender to American embassy. So you won't care the people secret down there? I said, but I'm not aware. But it was true who planned it. The high found escape route for me from farm. They put me in car the same night. They brought me down to Monrovia. After 3 days, that was the time we heard that they already killed Superman to USC. They say for betraying. He was one of the ex-RUF fighters, but he was a Liberian too, from Kakata. He got families there. His brother too living right now to 72nd Barry there.
Thank you for that clarification. You are one of the first people that joined the ULIMO, is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you said that you had a group of 30 were small children.
Yeah.
Besides that group, did ULIMO have other battalions that were composed of adults?
Yes, there were other battalions like Zebra. Even K1 today in the Law Rebel was in Zebra.
And then can you speak to us about the leadership structure? How come you are one of the small children in the unit, but you were so close to the command structure? What was the relationship? Did you relate to command directly, or you had other people you were supposed to talk to?
Directly, we never used to operate by ourselves. If the commander knew that they have certain SBU within the SBU unit that is brave, they want to accomplish a mission, they will use that group to be the leading forces to enter that tank. Because being that they knew that those with conscience, they are conscious of what they're doing. It's not easy for somebody to just go at the front line where you know is hard to challenge bullet or die by leaving your woman behind, leaving your family behind. You keep thinking. So those days we don't even think.
Who are general? Who are immediate supervisor?
In LUDF, we were having one of our commander who is now a deceased, Major Free Color. He died right on Bowadasa Bridge.
One of the first people that gave testimony, that gave statement to TRC.
Yeah.
And then you know that in this process, the truth is very, very important.
Yeah.
And then you honor oath that everything you're saying here is the truth.
But nothing but the truth.
You talked about General Kape. When General Kape was killed, you were present.
Yeah.
Besides you, can you name other people that were present?
Besides me, the brother of General Bambagida, who they call him Fele Kamara now. They call him Fele Kamara. I don't know. He was living somewhere around Black Gina. I used to see him before. I don't know now where he lives. The time during the presidential campaign, we used to meet to Aisha Corner Horse. And one other military police from LUDF too, they call him MPG. He was present. He lives somewhere around 16th Street down the beach. They having one unfinished building at there. That's the place he lives.
Now you said in your testimony that people who bear the greatest responsibility should face justice. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then we've been told over and over that the people, the fighters, were trained to respect the civilians' rights. At no point in time we were told to kill civilians. Can you comment on that? And can you say whether the leadership was there, told you to open the guts of people and use their intestine?
I doesn't believe that they used to do it during the training time. All was they used to concentrate on how to teach us the weapon, how we get on the front line. We doesn't observe no international standard of revolution. No way. We are not told that when you meet this, you meet this. This is what you're supposed to do. No, they just teach you the weapon, shows you how to crawl, shows you how to attack your enemy position. That's what's up.
So are you saying that you were told to burn villages?
If the order comes from them, we just have to do it. You don't do it at
Did you receive any order?
Yeah, always. For everything we used to do is based on order. If I do my own thing, I know
who
there
did you
was
receive
a
the order from to
constitution
burn
for that.
villages? Can you name some of the people you received order from to burn villages and open the people's stomach?
We received order directly from opening stomach. There were certain commanders we were close to. The command can come, like for instance, example, ULIMO, Alaji Kuma say, okay, you get to bomb me and make sure and put bombing under control. This is my imperative order. By all means, right? If we hit for the first time, we doesn't capture the town. When we're going back to the RV, the place where we go and rest and refresh ourselves to re-attack again. You will ask for another order, and that order will be different again. They too will tell you, makes part of that town look like a ghost town. Then what does that mean? If like a ghost town, then you expect day by day, you expect burning and looting, etc., etc.
Who gave you those orders?
Yeah.
Who?
The leaders.
Can you name the person? Because
Like
you had people that you were working with.
Like Alaji Kuma, Alaji Jivi Kuma, Amayulo, we were having Tikala there, 24-hour. Bobo Aruna, who was a general based in Clay. Sako Sidi, who died by the order of Alaji Kuma to in bombing. He was one of the ULIMO J fighters.
So are you saying that you are talking directly to Kroma and Amayulu?
Directly to Kroma, because Kroma is leading. He have all orders for ULIMO. He says that if Amayulo does something out of the way, there is a constitution at that time that they do go back. It happened one time we came to Fono, certain group of men tended to rape. The nigger, the girls, they were about to go on them. The how they were arrested, they sent them back to Jama, to the crossing point where Amayulo were based. All those that committed crime at the front line, we are executed.
Who executed them?
Amayulo by the K5s.
Because they committed crimes.
Yeah, on the front line.
But you're saying that they sanctioned this crime.
Yeah.
So how can they sanction
But
the crime?
if the order is not being given to you, you do it, then you are doing your own thing. They say FFR. But if the instruction comes from the superior in rank to you, you need to execute that order. So if you see those times we used to burn down houses, we can't just do it because we want to burn down. No way. You can't try it. It's directly from the high command to you. Because when you do that, enemy comes around, they know this is the play of ULIMO. If even they want to sit and hold that identical town, they will say, no, let's go ahead and lead the town. Because the town is looking somehow dangerous. Who doesn't know how all the people died here. So let's retreat and go back. But if they come, they doesn't see no trace of human being laying down, no designs.
You said you were in Banga when Banga fell.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you remain in Banga and join the NPFL.
Yeah.
Now tell us about the Phoebe massacre. Were you part of the Phoebe massacre?
Phoebe massacre? No.
Yes.
No.
So what do you know about Phoebe massacre?
I cannot tell you anything about Phoebe massacre because people went there.
But you were in Banga.
Yeah.
And you joined the NPFL that time.
94.
When did Phoebe massacre happen?
When did we leave Banga?
Did you leave Banga after Banga fell? Or you remain in Banga and join NPFL?
Yeah.
So if Phoebe massacre happened immediately when NPFL took over?
Banga.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Phoebe massacre?
I can only tell you about something where I was at the scene. I can tell you, but not somebody coming to tell
you are not
we've done this. Yes, we've done this. So there is no need of me telling you that this. No. I want to be there. I was there. I can tell you.
The battles you are involved in, how many battles you fought?
How many battles?
The war front. I know you are in Banga as one.
I fought in Vonjama.
You fought in Vonjama?
Yeah, the whole of Lofa County from Fuya, Tinkia coming down. Fought in Bomi. Fought in Swain. We went bomb mines.
So how you treated the civilians? How were you treating the civilians?
Well, it's just like when the revolution was reaching to certain pitch at that time, people start getting conscious. We have a unit that used to take care of the civilians. We used to treat them good at that time. There was a unit now that used to take care of the civilians. Then they go out together with the civilians. They go, they call rest. They dig up cassava. They can, they cook. They got special buildings where they used to sleep by themselves.
You see, at age 14, you are very close to the command structure of ULIMO. Did all the SBU had the same privilege you had?
The same privilege?
Yes.
Yeah, even Junior Free, the late Free Color, we used to say that Free Color son here, he too, he was one of the commanders. Then one other picking too, they call him Kamara. He's here in town, small Kamara too. He was promoted and he have the same incentive.
Thank you for coming.
Yes. Thank you for coming to testify.
Thank you too.
I want us to get some clarification from you.
You are welcome.
Is it true that you were recruited at Waterloo in Sierra Leone?
At where?
Waterloo.
Yeah, Waterloo.
Wait when I finish.
A base in Benguma.
Wait when I finish.
Yeah.
Is it true that you were recruited from Waterloo by Raleigh Siki, Amayulu, and the late Abba Carpet?
Yeah.
When this took place?
When it took place?
Yeah. When you were recruited?
It was 9th July. I can still remember the 9th of July.
9th
we
of
were
July.
taken to Benguma Barre.
One year?
From there, 1991.
1991.
From there, we were taken down to Toma Base with helicopter gunship.
Is it also true that you were a fighter for LUDF in that same 1991 in Sierra Leone?
I was what?
A fighter.
Yeah, a fighter for LUDF before coming back to ULIMO.
Where the fighting took place, in Sierra Leone or on the soil of Liberia?
LUDF started fighting in Sierra Leone. We started Pujaun, Potoru, Daru, some part of Kono, Tongo.
And who were you fighting at the time?
We were fighting rebels who were trying to infiltrate into Sierra Leone from both the NPFL.
Do you know the name of that rebel?
Who?
Do you know the name of that rebel group?
The rebel group
that you were fighting in Sierra Leone under LUDF?
The rebel group that were fighting in Sierra Leone.
You said you fought in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Under LUDF.
Yeah.
Then I asked you, who were you fighting? You said the rebels.
The rebels.
What is the name of the rebels that were fighting to enter Sierra Leone?
We were fighting both the NPFL and the RAF. Because at that time the Sierra Leone army deemed it necessary that Liberians only know how to push back these guys that came from Liberia. So that was the time they were ordained by the president, Joseph Sadu Momo at that time, giving them the C rank that the Sierra Leone army officers carry, the C incentive. We were given uniform, we were brought down. On the front line, we started operations.
According to records before us,
Yeah.
we are told that you fought for ULIMO as a major,
Yeah.
and that you fought in bombing Kitman, Bapulu from 1992 to 1993. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
94 till 1994.
Till
I said after the fall of Banga.
I have not reached to Banga yet. I'm saying you fought as a fighter for LUDF, a mere fighter,
Yeah.
meaning foot soldiers,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hold any rank at the time?
Major, I end up in Colonel 94.
No, I mean, I'm talking about when you were fighting in Sierra Leone.
In Sierra Leone,
Did you hold any rank?
at first when we were trained, they give us sergeants, some people corporal, some other people
About you.
lieutenant.
Did
Yeah,
you hold- what was your rank?
I was a WO when we
W-
came from on the training base. Yeah,
WO.
yeah, because I used to pen down my friends.
WO1,
Yeah,
WO2.
WO1.
And that when you started fighting, before you started fighting for ULIMO as a combined ULIMO, you fought in bombing Kitman, Bapulu with the rank of major. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Before I started fighting,
Yeah.
or when we entered the soul of Liberia,
Huh?
I started fighting in Sierra Leone with LUDF.
No, we finish with LUDF.
Yeah.
When LUDF was changed to ULIMO,
Mm-hmm.
you were promoted to the rank of major,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you fought in bombing Kitman and Bapulu.
Yeah.
And
Babulu all the way down to Fuya.
And that happened 1992 to 1993.
Yeah.
Can you say why this double promotion? Was it because you were notorious in your fighting? And therefore you deserved that double promotion from PWO to major?
That's
Leaving-
always the case.
Leaving
Yeah,
second
that's
lieutenant,
always the
first
case on the
lieutenant,
front line.
captain.
When you are brave, you are strong, they do promote you.
So you were one of the
You can even come from the rank of sergeant, they say today you are a captain.
you were
It
one of
used
the
to happen.
brave, you were one of the bravest soldiers.
I was not the bravest, I was among the brave
You were among the bravest soldiers.
commanders.
Yeah, that was one of.
Yeah.
The record also shows that when ULIMO divided into two, where there was ULIMO K and ULIMO J, you started fighting for ULIMO K. Is that correct?
Yeah.
At the rank of colonel,
Yeah.
and that you enjoyed that title from 1993 in your own correction
To 94.
to 1994,
Yeah.
right? Is that correct?
You are correct.
We also gathered from the records that from 1994 to 2003, you fought under NPFL and NPP-led government as general in Banga, in Monrovia, in Guinea, and in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
You are among those who participated in the fight from 1991, and you remained there up to 2003.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, when did you go to the TRC headquarters, and how did you go there?
How did I get to the TRC?
Yeah.
And when?
When?
I think it was 2002, 2007, I think. I cannot recall the years now. I think 2007, I think, the first hearing at 9th Street.
Did you give statement or you were just interviewed?
I was interviewed from the hearing that I made at the office of the TRC at 9th Street. We are guests, we are invited from UNDP, the WFP, other NGO groups.
The record before us shows that your interview was done on the 19th of January 2009. Do you confirm and affirm this?
2009.
Yeah.
The time I went to TRC?
Yeah.
No. I think it's the last.
It's the last.
Yeah.
But you remember how many times you were interviewed?
I went for the hearing. It was one. I was called upon one day when I received a call from Mr. Sheriff that used to be in the investigation unit. Johnson, who was the chief of security for TRC at that time, called me. I entered the office. That was the time they recorded my statement. They say they would do the statement taking. And the statement was taken from me by them. Then I think a week ago, before I could be invited here today, I was there too.
Was that statement reduced into writing and signed by you?
The statement?
Yeah, the first time you went there when Arthur Johnson was head of the...
Yeah.
Can you tell us, if you know, did the inquiry section tell you why this last time of calling you on January 19, 2009 to give another interview? Did it tell you the rationale behind it?
They told me they wants to get my whole profile. That was all I went there for. It was not a statement taking per se.
So what they have here in these records is their own making.
Yeah.
Huh? It's the making of the inquiry section. What is contained in this document?
Yeah.
That is said it was taken on January 19, 2009 was their own making, not yours.
Statement February 9, he said 2009.
I said January 19.
January 9.
19.
I was only called upon, I said, I think a week ago, they said they want to get my profile. That how the profile was written, they asked me few questions. But previously I made statement.
Your statement is unique and interesting. You said that I was the head of the political wing, the high command of the political wing.
Of ULIMO.
Of ULIMO as a joint, or ULIMO as K?
Correct.
Which one?
Correct.
Which one? ULIMO when they were together, or ULIMO when they got divided?
ULIMO together, ULIMO split. You are still there with K.
Then when ULIMO was together as a body, I was the high political command. And I was the chairman of that command. And when ULIMO split, I aligned myself with ULIMO K.
Yes. You were in line with ULIMO K at that time. We already switched up to another revolution. It's true.
Do you recall that the April 6th took place after ULIMO were divided? And do you recall that I was at BTC where ULIMO J, LPC were in control?
You was at BTC.
Do you recall that?
That one,
you don't know.
It's something for you to see, to come up and say it yourself. I don't need to be monitoring where does Cheka Fubak live, where he goes. But all I knew, you used to aid, you used to support. We came down one time to Clavata gas station. We used to meet even the Lord rebel leader now, Sheikh Damati Kone, sometime around them, they sit down. We came together with one Major Kamara who they killed along Bombing Highway, who died ULIMO time. We came to Monrovia. You gave us logistics and we left. So why? If I know other people too who are seated there, I will be brave enough or bold enough to tell them the truth, because we are here to say the truth, nothing but the truth. I want to be seen free. I can tell anybody, I want to be seen free. So why should I not have that integrity?
Do I also understand you to have said,
pardon me,
that when ULIMO K took over Banga, I led a delegation to Banga to talk to you people?
You and your men went there at that time. Not a delegate, you and your men.
Okay. In your language, me and my men went to Banga.
You were having people with you too.
Huh?
You were having some other men with you. Pape Kamara, you all used to move together. The same Mr. Sherry are talking about, you all used to move together.
You know that Sherry?
I know
the whereabouts of that Sherry. You said we went to Banga to go and talk to you. To break away from ULIMO K and join NPFL. Did we do that discussion in Banga, or it was done here in Monrovia?
It was done here in Monrovia. It went for us, we came back, it was done in Monrovia.
We took you from Banga. Put you in our vehicle.
Not me alone. Chema Pepe and Saul.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You and the people who you said that we talked with. And that when you came to Monrovia.
When we all came to Monrovia.
Okay, where this meeting was held.
Where the meeting was held. We went down to some part of Cinco, the horse of the other commander that we came with. They call him General Komba.
General who?
Immediately you pass by 3rd Street, there is a house. When you pass by Church Street, they have a house close to the garage there. That was the place he and his family were living. There where we went.
Who general? You say who general were living there?
I said General Combat, you know him too good.
General Koba?
Yeah, Combat.
Koba.
Combat, C-O-M-B-A-T.
Oh, Combat.
Yeah.
I see. And there where we had a meeting.
Yeah.
And there where you received $24,000.
25,000. I was only giving 4,000. 25,000.
$25,000.
Yeah.
With 2 vehicles.
Yeah, 2 vehicles.
Do you know
Toyota Hilux.
Do you know who gave
green and red?
Who gave those vehicles?
Who gave those vehicles? But you knew who gave the vehicle. You knows it. You see,
yeah, well,
it's not really funny. You know, people just take this thing to be a child's play. Where there is the truth, you say it. I do not hate you. You've never did something ugly to me before that I would just say I'm shooting at you. They have so many commissioners, they have so many people seated here. Why I can't go say you? But it's you.
Yeah.
So it's getting me surprised. You keep on asking me the thing that you knows about, then you want to ask me double.
My question.
You need my clarification or you need yours? Which one?
You have clarification.
We are there.
My question to you.
Welcome.
Is that the $24,000 you talk about and the 2 vehicles were delivered to you? I mean, the group that came, the 4 group that allegedly came, were given to you.
Yeah.
I'm asking, who hand delivered it to you?
You did it to General Pepper and Saul, late General Pepper and Saul. May his soul rest in peace.
Was this amount in what denomination?
In what?
Denomination.
The U.S. United States dollar. It was United States dollar.
United States dollar. And since then,
we even got an information at that time. They said the money was even more than that. But we doesn't want to know. All we knew at that time, because we know they could have done it.
And who told you that? That the money was more than $25,000.
Who told me what?
You said you were even told that the money was over $25,000. Who said that to you?
That it was over 25,000?
$25,000. You say it was more.
You did delivery. You can't deliver something without everybody was sharp. Everybody wants to get money. Everybody wants to know what was going on. I can be a commander. I go down the line or I go behind the house, seeing you coming. We all left from over there. We came back. Then why should I dress back to know how much? Or I doesn't want to know, or I don't want part of the money. I was there. It was counted. You turn it over. They check it up.
No, you said I hand delivered to you.
Yeah.
$25,000.
Yeah.
With 2 vehicles.
2 vehicles. One green.
But you said, in fact, you were told that the amount was more than $25,000.
Yes. When the money was already given to us, you came along with other people. At least Pepper and Saul went to there, he asked them, he said, you're sure? They said, but we too, we know. But it looked like the money more than that. Because the people went and met with Taylor himself.
Was it at the same spot? Or within the vicinity of where the alleged money was given to you and the vehicles?
Pardon me?
This information, you say I came with some people. And it was these people who told them that the money was more than...
later, when everything had been delivered. He left the vehicles, the money.
And since then, you continue to fight for Mr. Taylor.
Thank you.
NPFL.
Yeah.
and then the government, when he became government. Is that correct?
You are there, and he knows it.
Do we understand also that you were an officer of the anti-terrorist unit?
We were part of the ATU. I was part
Were
of
you
ATU.
an officer?
I still continue to carry on my general rank during that time.
Were you an officer?
Yeah.
What was the rank you were holding?
What?
What rank you were holding at
General.
in
General.
ATU?
General.
You was general.
Yeah, at that time.
Controlling.
If you can get to the whole of Lofa County, the mission commander was me. The whole of Lofa County, they will tell you when mosquito spray came back, we drove them back in Guinea. That one I can tell you, maybe you don't know about it, but others you do know.
You also talk about a selling of ULIMO soldiers to the Sierra Leone government. And you say up to now, they are still
Yeah, they are still in the Sierra Leone
in the
army.
Sierra Leone army.
Yeah, they are there.
Can you name them?
There are so many. Even one,
Yeah, just name some. Those that you know.
Colonel Kruma,
Colonel who?
Kurma,
Kuruma.
yeah, black, is having one eye.
What? One eye.
Yeah.
And what?
Colonel Great Talu,
His first name.
Great Talu.
Huh?
He was in the former AFL SATU. One went for training in America, they call him Great Talu. He's still there.
AFL Satu.
Yeah.
But
Former AFL.
You don't know his first name.
No, we call him Great Talu. Great Talu. Gray, Great Talu.
Great Talu.
Yeah.
Do you know his post? His rank?
I say Colonel Great Talu.
And Kruma was general.
No, he was a colonel.
Colonel. You don't know his first name? Kruma.
I think Mohamed Kruma.
Uh-huh. Do you know any other persons?
The girl, one other captain, Captain Cornet.
I wonder all you know.
Captain Cornet. There are many.
Uh-huh.
They have other ranks, not officers, who are still with the Sierra Leone army.
And you are prepared.
Even Bopler, who is here today, he was there before, but he's here now. One General Bopler.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, he was in the Sierra Leone army, but he has been retired. He's here now.
Are you prepared, if you are given the opportunity to travel through diplomatic channel to Sierra Leone to identify these people?
Yeah,
Will you be able to do it?
yeah. I'm prepared anytime, any minute.
Mr. Witness,
The girl, another one too, Captain Wallace. He control air defense presently in Sierra Leone. I even have some of these guys' number in my
Mr. Witness,
diary book.
all other paid agents that came before you to testify against us,
Yeah,
particularly me,
yeah,
testified that I was a loyalist of ULIMO K. But your testimony tried to contradict that, that I denounced my allegiance and loyalty to ULIMO K and declared it to NPFL. don't you think those who pay you to come and testify
Yeah.
will be disappointed and they may not give you the balance that is supposed to give it to you?
Say again.
You heard me.
Say
I'm
again.
saying
Yeah.
all other pay agents.
Yeah. Pay agents.
Yes.
So am I paid to come here?
Those, including you, but those who came ahead of you
Yeah.
to testify against me, all say
From whom?
I was the loyalist. Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm just asking you a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold a press conference and I will identify those people.
No problem.
So don't worry. I'm asking you, don't you think you have disappointed those people by saying that I renounced ULIMO
For
and transfer my loyalty to NPFL and NPP-led government? Don't you think that you have paid those who pay you to come and lie?
that they pay.
You have disappointed them?
I doesn't even know about anybody one day even paying me to say anything. The first time I appear at TRC, even my hearings is what they say. I didn't deviate from saying that you were there. I never ever. I did it. I made mention. They recorded it down. So why not?
But you said you were called before on several times, and lastly you were called for an interview. Very unique in the case of statement givers.
It's somehow, I don't know how they call it, maybe in your own thinking, but other people were there the first time I make my presentation to the TRC. They were having guests, other people. I made my presentation from there. I think after 2 or 3 months I was called. They took my statement. I was interviewed even by the mother who is over there, who is seated over there.
Mother who?
She knew it, that I put it in writing.
Yeah.
From there, it was recorded again by a lady with Mr. Sheriff. Then it was this gone time, they called me that they want to get my profile. That was the time I went down.
You say your first appearance before the TRC.
I made mention.
You were called by Arthur Johnson, right?
Arthur Johnson?
Yeah, he said one Arthur Johnson was sheriff.
Who? Sheriff?
Sheriff. He said sheriff and one Arthur Johnson.
The investigation call in the TRC called me that they want to re-record the hearing that I did for the first time. After doing the hearing, that was the time they called me.
I'm talking about
the statement taking.
Was it the second time when you met Johnson, Arthur Johnson, or was the first time? I mean, the first time you went to the TRC to take statement, or your second time, that was the time you met with Johnson, Arthur Johnson, and Sheriff?
The first time I met with them, that was the hearing, the first hearing time I met with them.
Okay, between
then
meeting...
second time, it was in their own office downstairs. Johnson walked me there and they left me with them because they were having some computers to put informations in.
I
had they called me.
But you agree
it was recorded.
Among those people who did that?
Who?
Right?
Who?
You agree that Arthur Johnson was among those who...
I cannot say this is the name of this person, this is the name of this person, because it was an office. You know them. It was an office. I don't know everybody who is working at TRC.
No, but who Johnson you call Sheriff name?
I said Sheriff.
Name.
The only person I can able to identify was Sheriff. I don't talk about Johnson.
Oh,
it's Sheriff.
Don't contradict yourself. Oh. You talk about Johnson.
No.
You also talk about
yes,
Madam Boo.
Yeah, I met
Among
that
the
lady.
Two, which one that met you first?
Which one that met me first?
Yeah.
I was not able to recall. I think she was the one. She met the time she was very close to the chairman's office. She was having an office there.
She met you first.
Yeah.
And she took your statement.
Yeah.
And reduced it into writing.
Reduce it into writing. She did it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, by asking me.
And she wrote to you.
Yeah.
Do you know when this happened? Do you know when this happened?
I think either 2007 or 2008, something like that. 2007. It was in 2007, I think.
And through all those records, the several times you visited TRC office on the same mission, your records was never clear until December 19, 2009. That's the time, January 19, 2009. That was the time they got your, your biographic.
That was the time the TRC got my biography. I was only called upon, I keep on telling you, it was day before yesterday, they said there were certain things that they left out. They need to get my whole profile, my biography. That how they called me. I went there, I gave it to them. So they can attach it to my previous statements that I made before.
When you make the previous statement, you never give your biography.
They never asked me for that.
They never asked you?
Yeah.
And how many times you were interviewed and statement was taken from you, if you can remember?
I can remember, I think, either twice. Yes, twice.
Two times?
Yeah.
If it is 2 times, then you
recorded also again.
What were the 2 times now?
When?
Yeah, what were the 2 times? I want you to, you called Cecilia Bull?
Yeah.
You called Sheriff and Johnson?
I said Johnson, the chief of security, he escorted me there because they were to the gate, manning the gate when I entered. That how the security to Johnson called Johnson. They said they called for Sheriff to TRC. So please, let's take Sheriff to the investigating bull. That how they matched me there. Because they were to the gate, that they can't allow nobody to go inside. I said, but no, they call me on the phone. That's why I'm here. The people say they won't see me. They say, but then that's the room there, go there. They will talk to you. I went there, they put a tape recorder with one other lady who was with them. I came to the big table outside. That's where they took my statement too, with recording also.
Do you know how to get your telephone number?
The
people who you said they call you?
Yes, they called me because my first hearing from the TRC, when I get down to red light, I was having problem with some people that I even told them that they threatened me. So I came back in the office. The hard Johnson took me up. So they took my phone number down. They say for anything I need to call the security group of TRC, they will come to rescue me up.
Now, can you tell us what year, what month, what date of the month and the year Johnson took you down?
I cannot tell. I cannot tell.
You don't know?
Yeah, I cannot tell.
You said you were threatened. Please tell us, who are those who threaten you?
Who are those
Who threaten you?
who threatened me to red light? It was a younger brother of Alhaji Nkrumah. They call him Mohammed. He too is black. Then one other boy was with him. They call him Tabra Sherry, who all were assigned in bombing. They were the special security to Alhaji Nkrumah. He knows me well. He the one told him, he said, oh, that the sheriff went to TRC over the newspaper that the sheriff here, that how he walked to me. When he walked to me, we were having that tussle. So I left, I went to my house. When I went to my house, in the night, people came to the house again, the same way. But at that time, I found a narrow escape from the other side of the window, I left. So it was how in the morning I brought a report to TRC. From TRC, when I went to Johnson, I told Johnson, he said, he would later pass on the information to the chairman. I left, I went to Liberia National Police too. I made statement there to the OMI Commissioner of Police, they call him Idris. Commissioner Idris, he's a Nigerian. I made my report to him.
Why did you take the courage to now come publicly when you know your life has been threatened to testify?
When I know,
just to call the name Sheikh Kafumba?
Yeah.
Corner?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. And God bless you.
Mr. Witness? Mr. Witness?
Yeah.
Thank you so much thus far. I got one or two more questions to ask you. Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
During all the times you were fighting, was there any time that you were a part of any massacre? Massacre means the killing of more than 5 or so persons. Was there any time from Lofa to Bomi, all of those places that you were at? Was there any time that you were a part of a massacre?
Yeah, it used to happen even before we could even enter Liberia shore to start our fighting. It happened.
Yeah,
so many places, so many places.
And you were part of it?
Yeah.
Okay. You said that the son of Bukari was called Corporal.
Yeah, Corporal.
Why did they call him that?
Because he was the namesake of Corporal Sanko. They say that's why.
Of who?
Corporal Sanko. He was the namesake of Corporal Sanko.
Oh, so his
Yeah.
real name was Sando?
No.
What was his real name, apart from the corporal?
Everybody just used to call him Corporal.
You say he was the namesake of who?
Corporal Sanko. Because Corporal Sanko was Fode.
Fode Sanko.
Yeah.
So he was the namesake
Yeah.
of Fode Sanko.
Yeah.
So that means that his real name was Fode Sanko. The boy's real name was Fode Sanko.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why you're calling him Corporal. Okay. Where was Sam Bukari killed?
When was Sam Bukari killed?
Where? Yeah.
Tiaple.
In Tiaple?
A town called Block.
Tiaple.
Yeah, Block.
Was it any one of your leaders' town or so?
The town of, at that time, Vice President Moses Z. Black.
Okay, so it was Za Blah and
Yeah,
Town.
Moses Blah.
Okay. And they bury him there too?
18.
You bury him there?
Who?
Bukari, they
No,
bury
they
him
brought the
there.
body down to Monrovia. That was the time they were camouflaging people. They say he fed in ambush.
Oh, okay.
The body was turned over to the president. I think they take it somewhere. I don't know. But we later had the information that they took the body to Sierra Leone to identify the body if really it was Saint Bukari.
Okay, coming back to Commissioner Shika Fumakone's role as the high command of ULIMO K when he came to collect you people. What did he say to you people? How did the conversation go?
That was the time I able to identify some of them. They talk because they usually know we that go there.
Excuse me.
As men on the
I was saying when he came to see you, you met somewhere, and what place you met?
So many places before even Baga could fall. They bring out to Monrovia. So many places to go down to Douala.
I'm talking about the Monrovia.
They were having one Lebanese guy. What they used to take food stuff from. They call it George. He having a shop in front of Douala gas station there. George. They call the Lebanese man George. At the place they used to go.
Excuse me. The time he came to Banga to bring you down. What place you meet here?
Where we met? After 10th Street. When you pass by the UN, they have the UN, I don't know if that's hotel they get there or lodge, the UN lodge after 10th Street. When you pass by 10th Street, there is one garage on the left.
And I'm talking about in Monrovia. I'm talking about in Banga.
In Banga? He met us in Banga itself to our headquarters.
What place your headquarters were here?
Our headquarters were up the hill. The place where they get the repeater, the antenna.
The what?
Just how you enter Banga, you will see the radio station area there where they get the antenna. There is a route that you can bend to take Lofa Highway now by the police station there.
Yeah, that's where your office was. Okay, what he told you when he got down from the car? The time you were in a meeting, what did he tell you?
He told us that we should come down to Monrovia, that Taylor wants to see us and negotiate with us.
That time Taylor was in Monrovia?
Yeah, Taylor was in Monrovia.
That was what year you said?
It was in 1994.
1994, you said Taylor was in Monrovia.
Because Jehai left from the peace to do where they went, that how we came. Yes, I cannot recall now if it was in Monrovia, I was stopping. I never saw Taylor, but I saw them.
Okay, so what month in 1994 that Sheikh Kafuma Kone came to
I cannot be specific.
You can't be specific.
Because we're not doing things that tomorrow we can answer questions or tomorrow we will come up to say this. We can only sometimes recall years.
Okay. So you say at that time Taylor was in Monrovia,
That was what they said when they went. I keep on telling you.
No, I'm telling you yourself, you know. No, I say you see him, but you know that he was in Monrovia.
That's what they said.
No, I'm not saying what they say. I say you yourself. You know that they were in Monrovia?
I did not see him in Monrovia. I did not see him. But they told us that he was here. And he the one sent them. And they came, they gave us the pickup. The house went back, the ground was turned over to Charles Taylor now. The ground was for him now. That everybody joined them. Everybody that was in the ground there now, on the ground, who all joined.
So all of you joined?
Yeah, we never came back.
So ULIMO, the whole of your group there?
We that were based in Banga.
In Banga?
Yeah.
You all left Banga?
Yeah.
And all of you came down with Shika Fumakone?
No. The group that was stationed in Banga now joins that NPFL revolution at that time now. Only few of us came down to Monrovia. Then later we went back and do report to other men we met on the ground.
Okay.
That
So-
had the whole area was 1001 now. We all
Just
mix
tell
up with other commanders from NPFL now, praising one another, talking. They will came down to Monrovia finally.
So that place there now, when you left that place, who you left in charge of the area?
Of the area where we
Yeah.
were coming,
Yeah, when you were coming, who you left there to take care of the place? Because you got to come first,
Yeah.
then you talk with the people, then
Yeah.
they give you the money, then before
We
you
went.
go back now to say that thing they play over. So who you left there?
we were having one other commander who left on the ground. They call him Lancaster. He tall, black.
La Casa.
Yeah, Lancaster.
So
is
that
a
he the one you
Mandingo.
left there. Where is La Casa?
I don't know his real name is Lancaster.
No, I said where play he air Nana.
He's here. He's in
Here in
Monrovia.
Monrovia, you know where play he air?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay. All right. The time she then came to Banga, how many of you people were there? Your troop, the size?
I think we are almost close to 300 men.
300 men. You were about 300 men. And all the 300 men that were your the 4 leaders that were there controlling the 300 men.
Yeah.
Okay. So when they came and they came to meet with you, all those 300 men saw them.
If they saw them,
Yeah, they saw Sheik then coming to come here because normally when you know your hack men and coming, maybe you can say everybody you can our hack men and coming, so we need to meet to welcome them or something like that because that time now, Chancellor was not in Bangada. You're the one with the people there in Bangana. Your group,
yes,
you were the head now.
Yeah.
Pepper and Saul were your general, and you were the corner. So you were in a hierarchy.
Yeah.
So when they told you, who told you that Sheik then were coming, that they said call you?
They sent to us.
They
that
sent
they
to
are
or
coming.
who they
Yeah.
sent to you?
Yeah, that they will be coming to Banga.
Who they sent?
That's how we give them corridor.
Who they sent?
Who they sent?
Yeah.
The people, the people too used to get their runners and what they used to send with letter. When we came, Pepper and Saul say this is the letter we expect.
So they came with letter.
Yeah.
Then
we
what you
expecting-
did, you didn't tell the other people your mom to welcome them.
No, we don't do that on the front line. We don't do that because there are certain strategic positions, like you say apex position. Here, there will be people deployed at the guard posts. You don't, because certain group of people coming, you don't just tell everybody to retreat and come to the headquarters. Supposing they hit. So we don't do that.
So
when the high command can meet whosoever, then we can reach it down to them.
they came with car or they came by air.
The king will come.
So the time you take over Banga, time you take over Banga,
Yeah.
ULIMO take over Banga up to where in Monrovia.
Up to where in Monrovia.
Yeah.
They were having ECOWAS along the road too.
Or all along the route.
Yeah. And
Okay.
people used to travel to bring food stuff to sell and come back Monrovia.
Oh, okay. So you were all along with ECOWAS, all along the route.
ECOWAS was along the route coming to Monrovia. We were going, when you going in, just how you pass by the Batala base there. From present Batala base now, you pass by Batala base all the way down. We were controlling down to the
Oh,
farm.
no, even so you took over the base and all.
Yeah.
You no NPFL, so you were around
No,
there.
nobody
all of them
was
run
there.
away.
Nobody
Okay,
was
so they came with car.
Yeah.
What kind of car they came in?
I keep on saying, I said they came with two.
No, you said they gave you the 2 Jeep in Monrovia.
Yes, they came with the jeeps.
They came
Two
with it
pickup,
there.
Ray and the green pickup.
They
He
came
was
with it to
taking there.
Banga.
Yeah, to Banga.
Then they put
came.
you inside.
Yeah,
Then you
he
came.
was 1001 now.
Okay.
to us.
They pick up were full when they came, or that you're the only people were inside the pickup with them.
If the pickup were full when they came.
Yeah.
No, the pickup was not full. They having few people to the front. I think they were 3. The other one 3. Like 6. They were 6.
They were
The
6.
driver, yeah.
The driver
people-
and 2 person.
two people,
Then
yeah.
the driver and
Yeah.
2 person.
Yeah.
So they were 6. The people who came with him, you know some of them?
I keep on saying it. I call their name
Oh, you already called that name.
Kamara, Sheriff, yeah.
So that was Papa Kamara, Sheriff, and who? You said because apart from him,
Pape Kamara and
Pape
Sheriff.
Kamara, Sheriff,
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff. Then he Sheikh Kapumwako.
Okay, so there were 3.
Yeah,
It
I
need
can
3
recognize.
more. The other 3, you can recognize them.
They were drivers.
They were drivers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the time they gave you the money, on 10th Street.
Yeah.
You say that was US dollar.
Yes.
And then you're counting in front of the people.
Yeah.
And it was 25,000.
25,000 to make sure before
to
we
be
can go.
sure.
Yeah.
But then after they left now, somebody tell you say the money was more.
Yeah.
How come the money was more that they gave to you, or the money was more that they gave to them, but they only gave you 25,000? Which one?
That was what they told us, that the money was more than what they gave us.
Oh, so that means they took some of the money.
Yeah. Before that one could even reach us.
Oh, that other money reach you. Only
Yeah.
the 25,000 reach you.
Yeah.
Okay. You and the command, the high command, and that you were part of, that were Pepper and Saul, who were the general.
Pepper and Saul.
Yeah?
Pepper and Saul.
And who was next to him?
John Gujaba.
John Jabba.
Yeah.
And then who was next to John Jabba?
Comba, our fourth.
You were the last.
Yeah.
That why they
Then
gave you
Lancaster
4,000.
fifth.
Eh?
Lancaster fifth.
Lancaster, but you left Lancaster.
Yeah, we left him there. I
In
thought
Banga.
you talking about the command in Banga.
No, I'm talking about your who came.
Were full.
Okay. Let's go back to Cape, General Cape.
Yeah.
The time they killed General Cape, you say Ama Yulu that the one who gave the order that they should kill him. And then?
Alhaji GV Kuma gave the order.
To
The
who?
mission execution was done by General Kape and Asumana Kamara alias Bambangida. They carry on the mission.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I won't be clear on the thing here.
Yeah.
Alhaji Kuma gave the order to who?
Ama Yulo.
Ama Yulu.
Yeah.
Then Ama Yulu gave the order to
Bambangida.
Asumana Kamara.
Asumana Kamara.
Okay. The time the thing was happening, Ama Yulu was there.
He was there.
He was standing right
He
there
was-
when they
He
shoot
was
him.
seated in the jeep like this because there is a drive
What were they
going
call
up.
the jeep?
Yeah. Up
What were
the
they
hill.
call?
The ray some kind of ray picker you were having, the Jeep
Okay.
Ray one. They were having the militant combat desert Land Rover Jeep that Ibn Bagida were having. So we drove inside.
So he was there. The
I
time
was
they came.
there. I was
I said
bodyguard.
he Ama
Yeah,
Yulu
he was there.
He was also there.
He was there.
Okay.
He was there with one of the strongest bodyguard to even the Ama Yulo
What his name?
from the K5 group.
What his name?
Calling Ato. They call him Ato. I think he's somewhere around Ato and Benedict. Ato and Benedict. They were in the K5.
Okay. When you started fighting for LUDF,
Yeah.
because you say the time you started fighting for ULIMO, they capture you and then
Yeah.
they capture you.
Yeah.
Who they capture you from?
Who
They capture you from. They arrested you from.
I said we were arrested in the refugee camp.
In a refugee
Because they
camp.
knew that they cannot able to get more manpower that had a civilian government give them the go ahead.
To
They
arrest
did
you.
it overnight. They smuggled us down to Benguma Training Center in Waterloo that had was picked up with helicopter gunship. They brought us to Toma Base.
And now they play the arrested you.
Yeah.
Okay. You said when they arrested you, you were 12 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. But you were fighting for LUDF before they arrested you.
I was not fighting for LDF before they arrested us. I said we were in the refugee camp.
When did you fight
And
for
we-
LUDF?
We recruited in LDF 91.
Oh, the LUDF.
LUDF,
that
the
they recruited you.
ex-former AFS soldiers that formed the so-called group LUDF, they the one did that arrest.
Oh, but where did they arrest you from?
From the refugee camp.
No, you were you ran away from your home.
Yeah.
And you came to the refugee camp.
Yeah.
As a child.
Yeah.
With your parents?
We were in the refugee camp because we were in Popa, the how we crossed. When the war was escalating, the how we crossed went down.
You and your people there?
Yeah. They took
you and your mom, your pa?
Yeah.
Okay. So they came and they arrested you from the refugee camp,
yeah.
and they carried you to fight for LUDF.
And even they were even taking some identified guilds, what they knew before from the refugee camp, carrying them. And when they carry them, they can't bring them back. You can't even see them. Because already they have been ordained by the civilian government to become soldiers then. Okay. That's how they used to smuggle the guild people now.
And that was 1991.
Where?
That was 1991 when they captured you.
91.
Okay, 91 when they captured you. Okay. Another question is, you said that those who bear the greatest responsibility should be taken to justice, because that was your word. They use you were not conscious.
Yeah.
And then, that's what you said, you were not conscious of what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay. But in 1991, at the very tender age of 12, when you are not supposed to be even conscious of what was happening, you can remember everything in detail.
Yeah.
From the time you joined, to the time you fought for LUDF, to the time you came, and all those times were just within 12, 13 years old. From the time they came Capet, all those things that happened, everything happened in 1991. When you were 12 years old, you were able to remember everything.
Yeah.
But yet and say, you say they used you because you people were not conscious.
Yeah.
How do you explain conscious? What do you mean by conscious?
The conscious I'm talking about per se, we were doing something that we never knew the after effect. That's why I said that.
What you mean by
we never knew what will come after or what will happen next, that this thing we were doing was not correct.
To talk about it.
We will do it, we can remember it, but the conscience that yes, indeed, this is wrong that we are doing, because we knew it's an organized group that was set up and ordained by the government of Sierra Leone, right? That we believe, so long it's under that umbrella, there is nothing absolutely you
happen.
do, somebody will take you to law or do otherwise.
So you are conscious that if even you go against the leaders, they were going to do something to you. You knew that they were going to do something bad to you.
Yeah, if I go against my leaders,
so at that
in
age,
the revolution.
At that age, you knew bad thing and you knew good thing.
In the revolution.
Yeah.
That if I go against my leaders,
they will do bad to you. At that age of 12, you knew that if you go against the leaders, they will do bad thing to you.
Yeah.
And that bad thing that either to kill you or to beat you or to do something bad to you. And then at that age, at that age, you were killing, you were looting, you were doing all of bad things. But you were not conscious that you were doing bad things. That you are going to speak to it one day. But you knew the difference between bad and good at that tender age of 12. You knew it.
If I knew the difference between bad and good, I knew the difference between bad and good at that time. But if we were giving things that we wipe sometimes our focus in our mind, like drugs, like alcohol, you get drunk. If even you get drunk, certain things happens, you must recall. When the day comes, you must recall, because it might just look in front of you just like you are looking at a video or watching concert.
Okay. So up to 1998, at that time you were like 18 years old. Am I right?
Yeah.
You were 18 years old, but you were still fighting.
Yeah.
You were still doing bad.
At that time, I believe, as I said earlier on, that when we start to get widened in the revolutionary movements, we start coming to ourselves small. Within that age, all the way down presently, I don't believe I really did something that went out of the way. Within my own conscience, that myself I did it.
So after 18 years, you do no bad.
I really kept down small.
You checked
Fighting was part of me, but like how before we used to do the massive killing, we clinch coins, say I want to do this, I will take care. No, it never happens like that before. You can even go down to Foya, other people will tell you, Fonjama,
that day when you made your first statement to the TRC,
yeah,
for the statement taking,
yeah,
in that statement did you call Shika Fumakone name?
Yeah, I made my first statement. It was there. I did. Even the ceremony, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
And Sheik was there.
Who was there?
Sheik.
Yeah, he was there. He walked out.
He walked out.
Yes, he left because there were the rubber chairs what was set up like this. He walked out.
Okay.
That was the time the lady from UNDP or from somewhere makes a remark that if everything we are saying here should be reality, should be truth, I told her, I say yes.
Okay.
There is nothing I can deviate from. I made that statement before.
So how can you put your own responsibility now? With all the killing you did, all the bad things, opening women's stomach, taking the intestine, I know you did some. You say you did some. How can you put your own responsibility?
I've already said there that I keep on asking for pardon, that what I did that time, it was not good. So I asked the people of this nation to forgive and forget about what all I did during the war.
My last question, when you made your statement, your first statement, they wrote it down. And then they wrote your statement down.
Yeah.
The second one, they wrote it down too?
Somebody was writing, another person having a tape recorder.
Recording, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Yes. This is Commissioner Councillor Pearl Brown Bull.
Yeah.
I just cannot sit and don't say something.
Yeah.
Because he who is silent when he should speak assents, that means they agree with it.
Yeah.
And for 30 years, I've been in a public forum serving this country. Many times I have been considered controversial. And if I should, sitting in this centennial pavilion today, be considered controversial, it won't be the first time. Mr. Witness, Mr. Sheriff,
Yeah.
I listened to the question and answers here.
Yeah.
You saw when Mrs. Cecilia Freeman Poole, who was the coordinator for statement taking, you saw when she came over to the table and looked at your statement, those papers that you said were your writing.
Yeah.
And she went. And if I should not let the Liberian people know what transpired procedurally, whatever they say, I must let them know so they can make their own opinion. I started with the last statement. The first place, TRC has procedure and we have oversight. Statements are taken by the statement takers. She was a general coordinator. She took your statement.
Yeah.
She took your name, she took your birth date, and she took point contact telephone. Miss Cecilia Freeman Bull is not an ordinary person in this country. She's known, she's a college professor. She was president of CWA, so when you come to education, procedure, besides being even president of the African Diplomatic Wives in Washington, D.C., where she served with her husband as ambassador to Washington and London. She's not just an ordinary statement taker. Now, she took those statements. The procedure in TRC, when they take your statement, they send it down to the investigative unit to check everything that you said, to say whether it's correct or not. Then they're supposed to put it in the database. Among the other statements, and that's why when you hear me say 20,000 statements in there. Now, the inquiry unit of the TRC, I want the public to know, because you are one of the first persons they put on the stand, and you one now coming almost to the end.
Yeah.
And as controversial as it was when they put you on the stand, this hearing will be controversial too. Now, the day you're talking and you say Shika Fuma Kone was there when you testify, I want the public to know Shika Fuma Kone was not present. Commissioner Purbu was not present. Commissioner Umusila was not present. Commissioner Dolope was not present. We're talking about commissioners of the TRC. The public must know this. Because after this, when I talk, I will make my decision on whether I want to be part of this TRC. Now, so the first thing I want the public to know is not correct. And I can tell you where they were. The day the statement taking thing started, we did not even know that they were bringing TV people to put any statement taker on the stand, because that was not a procedure. That day, Commissioner Pearl Brown Bull, with oversight responsibility for Montserrat County, we were launching our statement taking statement at the J.J. Roberts Monument. I invited Shika Fuma Kone to be present. And the newspaper carried a go in my office. Thank God I kept those pictures. You will see Shika Fuma Kone sitting there. You will see Kenneth Atifa sitting there. You will see Rafa Abiyan sitting there. You will see the mayor of Monrovia. You will see the Lebanese ambassador. You will see the superintendent of Montserrat County. I invited some of the representatives. I think Dusty Wolokoli also were there. Yeah. That's why when you do things like clandestinely and it come out, it looks bad. So we mounted the statement taking process there and the pictures there. So Shika Fuma Kone could not have been present when you were making your statement at number one. So under oath, you've lied. Patriotic. Secondly, the statement that you made, just wait. Yeah. When you are finished talking, you will talk. Okay. The statement that you made to Miss Cecilia Freeman Bull, it has it, and that's the statement that you are used. Nowhere there is mention for Shika Fuma Kone. And we can produce the statement. That's number two.
Yeah.
You hear? So when you talk, that first day was not there, but the radio people play and you didn't mention his name. Now your own statement, we see they put you back here. Yesterday, you went back to... Okay. Yes. She came over again to tell me, but I just want enough to talk for the public. You said they call you few days ago to TRC office to get information.
Biography.
Biographic. Your biographic was already taken the day Miss Boo did it in 2007.
Yeah.
You hear?
Yeah.
So you're coming to the TRC to take biographic 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I want the public to know that your biographic was also there already. That's number 3.
Yeah.
You know, and your statement there, that's why when you were talking, and I look at the paper I made it, I didn't even know where you're coming this thing, that are different handwritings.
It's my handwriting there.
I just say,
it's
and
mine.
this one, to the extent we take it for handwriting expert, because the people needs. And you know what? Even when they ask you, that's why you came this trip for, to call, he said he asked you to call Chick name, you said yes. This was a good experience, and this what I continuously call.
He said what?
Me. This what I continuously call that the TRC of Liberia should have exchange like this, where accused and accusers can sit each other and cross-examine them. Our rules even call that you can have a lawyer. For the public to know who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth. And by the questioning and answering, people can tell. I didn't know how you were coming, why you were coming. But if you had not said that day when you talked, Shika Fuma was there, I would not have taken the mic to talk again. Because why? Your own statement, it recorded on TV, it recorded here. So everything you said, where people can go back and listen to it, so the public and everybody sitting on your voice can register. Secondly, you said Charles Taylor was in Monrovia 1994. The public know when Charles Taylor came to Monrovia.
I said according to them when they went to Banga.
According to them, but
when they went to Banga, I told you I never saw Charles Taylor with my bare eyes.
Commissioner Dolope said you have been able to chronicleize and remember everything. So if you all are taking over Banga, who's supposed to have been Greater Monrovia, Greater Liberia? So Charles Taylor presence where, and you are so way up with, Chick, please wait. I'm back at the mic. And you were so way up to the top to be among the 6 to receive money. You're supposed to have known what Charles Taylor is. But the public will know that you say what they say. So most of the things what you've been seeing here at our board will start asking ages, this thing. Who are asking for a purpose? That all they say. Now, Upper Brown Kamara Boo, with my training as a lawyer and my political training, I will not sit down and risk anybody's name, anybody's life, anybody's property on what they say, including what we're written there. And I, as a commissioner, request that those handwriting, those specimens of the handwriting be turned over to the hand expert of government here to find out whether those writings are yours. And if it's yours, we'll let the public know. If it's not yours, that's another story you told. And they call it Patriotic because honor oath you took it. Everybody know Charles Taylor was not in like Greater Monrovia, because when they took Banga over, Charles Taylor was in Ghana. And Charles Taylor stayed in Ghana. The NPFL took back over Banga. Now, your check can with yes, say the first day of the TRC, and when they put you on that way, I got up and said, I disagree with the procedure the chairman that has started with the TRC report. It's our comfortable voice. Actually, I say it. And I say it again. This procedure or putting you on a witness stand, quite contrary from the procedure for statement taking, receiving statement taking, calling witnesses, and they say this year, I disassociate myself from it. The inquiry unit of TRC needs to be investigated because many of the statements that have been coming before us here, what you all write to us, and when we ask the witnesses, they think they've been wrong. So who will come and take what they write and just come and give recommendations on that when we be lying on the people? Because if they go for any kind of hearings, whether in Liberia or not, and they find that these people is wrong, mistake, that what they say your wife did and what you say, Claire Brown Boot integrity will be questioned. My character that I have built up will be questioned. And not because we were chosen to be commissioners, we just continue to go ahead with what's going on. This inquiry unit or the TRC needs to be investigated. And the chairman, you the one who brought these inquiry people, we didn't know them. And the public must know this. When you put this man on this morning, you did not show up. You wanted us to call somebody else to take the load. No, Commissioner Pooh must let the public know what's going on. And I think that civil service, civil society, human rights, political parties, and all of y'all who recommend us to sit here, I think it's about time that y'all start giving a check upon us here. And I thank you. I know I've been out of order, but the public must know what happened. This man started it, and this man, they call him to tell him what to say. Now, it's not correct. Bye.
I can still continue to repeat it. Nobody told me what to say. It's my writing. It's nobody's writing. You can bring paper now. I can do the same thing. I tell you, you compare it. It's my writing, but nobody else.
Mr. Witness?
Nobody told me to come and say this, say that. I thought I knows it.
Mr. Witness?
Yes, sir.
Time is fast spent. We want to thank you very much.
Thank you too.
For coming to participate in this process.
Yeah.
You join the ranks of many other Liberians who have come believing that truth-telling is good for our reconciliation process, yeah, and it's going to lay the foundation for lasting peace in our country. You've come, and by your testimony, you have assisted the work of the Commission, yeah, and we assure you that you've made some contribution as well. Okay. Commissioners have exhausted their questions. I don't have any question, but before you leave, is there anything you'd like to say finally before you leave?
Can I get you?
Is there anything you'd like to say finally before you leave?
I just want to advise my brothers out there for us to tie up our beds and be focused to do something good for our future and forget about the street. I continue to come in again, Mr. Chairman. There is nobody who can lead me to do this, to do that. I thought I knew what I did. I knew what people did. If I came up to say something, I doesn't see no controversy inside. I did my hearings right at GRC head office. You knew you yourself was present. Yeah, he was there. He was there. They keep on calling. They calls me, come. I doesn't live at TRC. TRC have never even given me a single cent one day. God in heavens know. I doesn't know nobody at TRC. Is my uncle, is my this, is my relative. Nobody I know that. But if they call me, they say come, I should come. For every time I talk, they will call and record. So there is nothing I deviated from the first, second, or whatsoever call I made. for certain things, sometimes, like what the commissioner was saying, we were not down at the front line like S2s. You can only maybe get a time of the incident, when, where, this, that, we can recall. But if you ask the S2s who used to be in the revolution, maybe they can give you the correct data. We can know the years. But if we tell you month or day, it's hard. Our focusing is to concentrate. Whosoever is your enemy, you trace them out. So I doesn't see no need for controversy. The truth is the truth, and I will keep on to say it. I will never give up till the last day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Finally, I just want to assure myself, and maybe other commissioners, that your security is taken care of. You said at one point in time, you were being harassed, your life was being threatened. Has that stopped? Has that stopped? They stopped homeworking you, they stopped threatening you? The people who are doing it, they stop it?
Because the area I was living at red light.
Don't tell me the area you're living right now. You move from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they start, they know what place you're staying right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we thank God. So when you leave from here now, everything all right with you?
I don't know out there, because from here first controversy that I've started, I said this, I said that. I don't know how the weather may looks like.
Yeah, well, at the beginning, I asked you whether there was a threat, whether you wanted to come in public. Because you know something, it's you, yourself, who is the first security for yourself. You can secure yourself better than anybody else. So that decision that was made by you to come back today, after knowing that you were being threatened, is that you were aware that something like this will happen, and that you will be threatened again, but yet and still, you said you wanted to come in public. And so this is the reason why I want to assure
my coming here, let me just iron it up. My coming here, I would say I was informed to come.
You were informed?
Yeah.
And you know, and you were told?
Yeah, to come. So I have no other alternative but to come. I cannot deny the TRC or
Thank
deny
you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. You may leave now with the permission of the TRC.